What is up, everyone? Hopefully, everybody can hear me. Let me check and see where my mic is. We don't want headsets. We want Yeti mic. So, if you can hear me, please say something. I don't think you can, actually. Hold on. Let's see. 1 second. No. Let's see. All right. I guess you guys can hear me now, correct? Can you hear me now? All right. Sorry about that. Just try to fix it. Um, it's this mic. So for some reason, my other mic is not working correctly. So I'll use my headset sitting here on the countertop. All right, guys. So I decided to go live and hang out with you guys. First, I want to give a shout out to all my members. Thank you all for just supporting, period. Even though things have not been consistent, I've been just crazy right now. Excuse the background reflection of the tank, but we will be having that in here anyways. So it's one of those things we're just going to have to get through. But first off and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Reefing for Fun. Reefing for Fun has been a solid Golds member for 17 months straight. And just want to say shout out to him on that as well. Freedom's Aquatic is another one as well. Let me see who else is in here. I don't see right now. But shout out to those two that are in here right now. Thank you, Reefer for Fun. Just blessed us with a $10 starting off the lovely night. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sherry's Reef is another one. Shout out to Sherry's Reef. As you guys know, I don't blow smoke up nobody's butt. People are members because they want to be members, but it shows those people that I just mentioned, and I know there's other ones that have not got the notification or anything yet, but I must say, proof is always in the pudding. People say a lot of stuff, they say this, they say that, but seeing is believing, and the people that I have mentioned, they're just solid as hell. And even when I'm, inconsistent and stuff like that, they must get it. They understand. I have a very busy life. Summertime, running around, traveling, doing a bunch of stuff. trying to find time to do everything. I am only one person, and I just want to say thank you. I mean, I still have 3 kids that live under my roof. They have wrestling getting ready to start, ending of football. They did baseball. I mean, these are prime times as a parent. Also, trying to take care of the household, do my normal job, um, the honey-do list, you name it. It's a wonder I'm not in the casket yet. So, just real quick, not to ramble on, thank you all for being a member and supporting this channel. Now, with that being said, if some of you guys that are new are wondering what the hell I'm talking about, you obviously can support this channel by being a member. The link's in the description, or it should be when you click on, says for members and all that. So, anyway, enough of all that. Trolls will be like, oh, there he goes again. But you know me, I don't really care. Excuse me. I have to get some energy because I'm quite old. So, I did a little quick live stream earlier today and was talking about the plumbing and all that. And did get some feedback on that. Thank you all that seen it. If not, go back, watch it, give some input. Am I coming in loud and clear? I feel like because my mics are whatever all over the place that I'm not clear enough or loud enough, maybe. Anyway, Naked Dog, hello, hello, hello. So let's see. What do you guys have in store? Why is that not right? Pop out chat. Let's do that so I can see it a lot better. All right. And I need to do this live chat. There we go. So I can see everybody that's posted. Oh, snaps. Watching some reefing from the bar. There you go. There you go. Anyway, Star City Reef, Freedom's Aquatic, Sherry, Naked Dog Reefer, and NSB Reef Loud and Clear. Thank you so much. Jonathan Goodwin, hello, welcome. I don't know if I know you, but hello. And 420 Reefer, as always, hello as well. So anyway, I figured I'd do some Q&A. Haven't been around a lot, obviously. I do stuff on Instagram and stuff like that. All that cool stuff. Hit the gym, get me some me time, and trying to get myself back in somewhat shape. Probably still be a shell of what I used to be like at my prime. And second of all, I never want to be as muscle bound as I was in my prime, where I can barely wipe my ass. But I still want to look good, and do what I can do. Is it harder? Yeah, life catches up with you. But other than that, enough with me. What do you guys have going on tonight? What are some of your thoughts about this new tank? Or problems that you might be having with yours, if you are having any. What are some of the things that you'd like to talk about? Yes, Ryan S., you have caught a string. So, yeah, take advantage of it. So, anyway, let's see. So, yeah, what are some of the things that you guys want to talk about? I know somebody mentioned earlier today about Terrence and Neptune. Honestly, all I know is Terrence is no longer with Neptune. Therefore, as far as Neptune itself, it is what it is. Ecotech's probably right there with them as well. It's just one of those things. So, am I going to put a refugium in the sump? I have thought about that really hard, and that is a possibility, to be quite honest with you. Just so you know. Salty Reef, B. Tolden, what's up? UV on new build. That's another great question. I thought about running a UV sterilizer. That's why nothing's hard plumb yet. I'm considering it to do that, which I can run that easily. Uh, the way I have it, I can run it and snip, put some you know, or what I will do is run it with another pump underneath over the sump, have it up. So if there is any leaks, it's right back into the sump. And also uh, getting the right pump to, let's say, uh, so I can get the right flow without putting any back pressure on a DC pump or anything like that. It is a great possibility. I'm between it cutting the pipe to add one or running it separate with flex plumbing and just having a pump sit inside here, another CJ pump or something like that going up, over into it, and back down. And back down, what I mean is back down into the return side. So maybe running the pump over and the filtration side over here, and then the line will go right in that area to the new UV sterilized water. That is a possibility. I'm not 100% certain that I'm going to do that yet, but I know a lot of people are on that as well, like the use of the UV sterilizer. It's not that I don't like UV sterilizer. UV sterilizers does help less with cleaning your glass and organisms and stuff like that, as far as algae and stuff like that. If I was to use it, I'd probably use it for that purpose if I was to add it onto this system as well. So it's one of those things that it's a great question and it's a good possibility. Let's see. The refugium as well. The refugium is something that I'm honestly really, 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 really considering. Um, this is a very clean sump, looking sump. And the only thing is do I want to go that route, or what type of algae do I want to use? Different algae do different jobs as far as nutrients. Now, when it comes to setting it up originally, brand new, it'll be a while before I add some kind of refugium. But if I did add a refugium, I think I would want like different kind of macroalgae in there, and kind of make like maybe a section of it kind of like a display. It's one of those things. I love the way refugiums look, especially if they've done right. I do like that. As far as me doing it, it'd probably be at a later date as well. As the tank matures and, as nutrients is starting to, because we need these nutrients at the very beginning. Nutrients is very important. And then allow things to get stable. Then that's probably when I'll slowly start introducing certain macroalgae and stuff like that, and keep an eye on the parameters to make sure that things are going like they should, and we're not drawing too much nutrients out, trying to keep a great balance of it. I don't know if I'm going to be heavily stocked in fish yet. On if I want to do that, that is something else I'm really considering or not considering. So that's going to change some of the ways that I normally reef if I don't have certain fish or utilize fish. I'm gonna have to utilize, docile, snails or something like that. Maybe some crabs and stuff like that. It just depends. I really want this one to be taking very slowly. I'm not in no rush. You know, I can pop and drop though. There was an article on it, so once again, I love the fact of saying a lot of things, but when I say them, it's almost I need to have somebody validate what I say. With some people, there's a lot of trolls that always try to discredit you, but then when there's big articles written or something like that about the same topics I've always been saying for many years now, it changes. It's a game changer. So I don't know if you guys seen the pop and drops method, but basically about acclimating and all this other stuff. That's why I pop and drop. But anyway, if you haven't, you're probably lost on what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter. But at the same time, what I like to do is take this tank very slow. I like to document everything, whether it's going live with you all, doing live Q&As as I'm walking and talking about the tank. Once it's up and running, I still have to aquascape. There's still things that I need to reach out to get some more stuff from saltwateraquarium.com as far as for the aquascape, eMarco, like aquascaping, cement or something. So I have to figure that out. I have not did an unboxing on this Cornerstone reef stock. I need to do that. I got a lot to do this week. I got to go hit probably at least 30 something clients this week and get them all caught up and get them ready for winter. And also head to Chicago this Friday for Reefapalooza Chicago. So I have a lot going on once again, like always. But anyway, saw your video earlier. Plumbing looks nice and clean. I wouldn't paint it. Looks nice as it is. If you haven't glued it, I have not glued nothing, by the way. All that stuff is sitting there, not glued, because I want to make sure it is what it is. I want to make sure, first off, I run it by you all and let you guys take a look at it, hear your guys' thoughts and opinions, that's why I put it out there. And you guys answered some of those questions that I had as far as painting and stuff like that in a very professional manner. Thank you all for that. But yeah, it's all dry fitted right now because I want to make sure once I get going on gluing, it is what it is. So that's what I got to make sure. Also, I do have some other stuff that, the purple prime. I'm kind of thinking about not using that, or if I use it very nicely and clean because that stuff is messy and I don't want purple stuff all over. And then the clear. So I kind of want to, either go get some new glue, clear glue or whatever on that to use. I always use the 2-part. So I do on there. But anyway, I would change one of those drains to a gate valve, easier to tune slightly. I'm sure of that. It's definitely going to be easy to tune with a gate valve, but I kind of am trying to keep everything matching. And if I do that, then I'm going to just change out the other one. So that's another thing. I personally don't have a problem with moving those or, just tweaking them in a way. And once you got it, it's kind of set it and forget it anyway, to be quite honest. Now, if you're getting into, 1.5 inch, somebody mentioned, I think it was Flashkin, mentioned about having 1 to 1.5 inch, and he had problems with 1.5 inch and went down to 1 inch. Me, I think, I don't know. I shouldn't have a problem. I think the pump will do great. The CJ Sankara pump, I think it'll do great for that aquarium. We'll see. If not, we'll change it out, but I'm pretty sure it'll be just fine. Let's see. Ozzy Dan. What is going on, Ozzy Dan? Ozzy Dan says, hey, Rico, change every filter in my RO system, including membrane and left running for 2 hours before putting putting in tank, and my skimmer went crazy. Now I'm a bit worried what was on the new filters. I wouldn't be too much worried about that. Skimmers can be very finicky. That's just me. That's another reason I don't like. I like external skimmers because if they do go finicky, and you can have a plug on about, and it can just go to a drain. It's so much simpler. I know people's like, oh well, if it keeps going, well, it's only gonna do that for a certain amount of time, and then it's going to stop. And I don't mind if it has to dump 10 gallons out and put 10 gallons of fresh water into a tank. That's just me, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. I've seen that a million times, and nothing has ever to come of it. So, Ozzy Dan, I wouldn't worry about it. I think it will be just fine. I have a white sump with refugium. It makes a mess. That's another thing about refugium. But what I'm saying is, like the different colorful macroalgae out there, the the red, and the dragon's breath, and certain things like that. Yes, can it make a mess? Yes. Will it make a mess? It can. I'm not going to sit up here and say it can't. But if it's done right, a macroalgae display tank, those are really cool. I don't know about you all, but I think it's really, really, really cool. So it's one of those things. If it's not for you because of the mess, then it's just not for you. Um, but it is something to consider and to understand that it can be a mess. Um, like I said, it's to each his own. It's when you have a tank, you're always going to have your hands in it, elbow grease, and all that other stuff. So, am I going to put a controller on the system? Well, I haven't got there yet, but I do plan on. I have the new hydro pump or controller for this system. I do want to put another Apex on this system. I love the controllers. I love the ability to be able, in case something does go wrong, the alarms and stuff like that when it comes to the Apex as well. So yes, I just haven't. There's a couple things, like I said, I got to get with saltwateraquarium.com because when it comes to this cornerstone reef rock to do the aquascape, I'm going to need some stuff to do that, And I checked on their stuff; they were out of stock on I think like the eMarco, the cement stuff, which I've never used before. So I'm kind of curious of using that. A lot of you guys recommended that, so I have to do that as well. Controller. I know UV sterilizer is still up in the air. I don't know what they have there. I have to look on all that. Actually, Saltwater Aquarium is in the house. Rumor has it, bears and golf balls at Top Golf next to Wrap Thursday night. Make sure you got me, buddy. We will be there. Oh, that's what's up. Top Golf. Yeah, I should be able to throw my back out and enjoy the weekend on that one. But yeah, so I have to get with those guys out there. I do have to introduce you guys to a new heating system that I did receive that I did get from saltwateraquarium.com as well for this tank. So I want complete wire management on this system. Wire management, it's got to be a must. I can't just have things like I have had in the past in a separate. I need to make sure that everything is really nice and neat. So that I need to get another reservoir, 10 gallons or whatever that I have for this tank for auto top off, so I have to find room for that. I have also that I will be adding to this tank, which was for the beast, is my calc stir, which is in the garage. That's definitely going on this system as well. So we're putting a calc stir on there just so you guys know. and you guys will be introduced to that again. So we got plenty of room down here. So we're gonna need a control board, all that. I got the heater stuff already. We got sand, we have rock, we have the water station already at its finest doing its thing. So we have salt as well. So thank you, Sherry, for that. I don't know. That is very negative. um, yeah, I don't know. That's terrible that they would feel that way. Um, yeah. But anyway, there is my lovely wife. Hello, hello. Um, somebody is very mad at the world. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, yeah, so that's what we got. Lights are up, lights are ready. As you guys know, oh, they're not total ready because I have to hook up so I can control all of them. And control all of them. So I haven't done this yet. I still have to download the app, figure all this out. I don't know if you guys know anything. So maybe I'll do another video about the Kessel and then or maybe I'll go live or something one day and you guys can walk me through it. So we have to hook all that up, get all that wiring up there. But other than that, I am very, very pleased so far what this system is going to look like. I think Planet Aquariums did an awesome job. As far as this tank, as far as I'm concerned, it's very clean and sleek looking. I'll be 110% honest with you all with that. So we have that. And somebody asked me about the filter socks. I'm going to leave mesh. I don't want filter socks. Only time I like filter socks if you're doing a deep cleaning of your system. Other than that, I don't want filter socks to take out a lot of stuff. Might like really polish the water. I like to have a water a little dirty because that allows me to understand where my nutrients are, and it's not being deceptive to me. If you leave your filter socks, let's say an extra day, allow stuff to break down, that can spike nutrients. Or if you take it out too soon, it's creating different issues. And that's kind of what I've noticed when it comes to filter sock. I'm not a big filter sock type person. Not at all. Now, you can control that, I guess, if you have a nutrients or no nutrients, and that's an issue, then I guess you can keep those socks in there to allow the breakdown of the foods and stuff. That when those socks get dirty, the dirtier you get, they're releasing this stuff back into the water. I personally just like mesh, bigger stuff, caught. You can see what it is. You see through it, kind of, and be done with it. That's just me. I've had crabs, I've had small wrasses get down in there, and I find them when I go to pull those filter socks out. I didn't see them. Sometimes they're alive, sometimes they wouldn't. They got beat to death in there, and all kinds of stuff. So whatever. Anyway, what do we have here? Insane Reefer, hello. Insane Reefer, reefing for fun, hello. Again, freedom, Insane Reefer. But anyway, so what else do you guys think that I should be doing for this tank, or what are some of the things you think? Oh, I think somebody, who was it? Was it Freedom's Aquatics? Said light underneath the tank. I think I will get a strip of lights. Also, the different colors, so you can make it like disco down there. I really like that idea. I really want to have fun with this tank. So I'm with, I think it was Freedom Aquatics that said that. Thank you for that advice on that as well. Daryl, what is up? What is up, Daryl? How's it going? So, how do those lights look lit? They look really, really good. You want me to light them up? Let's see. So I can make them look really blue. Yeah, we can do this. I honestly think that they look really good to me. So I like them. I like the way it looks. So up here in the ceiling, there's one of my LEDs. So I had to pop it out the ceiling hole and disconnect it. So all I want over there is Saltwater Aquarium, my stickers, my YouTube stuff, Planet Aquariums, people that I love to talk about in the aquarium industry. Obviously, there's some new people that's coming on board with Saltwater Aquarium, like Cornerstone Reef Rock. They're another company that is fairly new. And I will be seeing how well that this Cornerstone Reef Rock works or how well I like it. So we'll see on that as well. I'm sure it's going to be just fine. And you know what? A lot of things in time, some things just take longer time to actually do what it needs to do than other stuff. But there's always lots of other ways to really, work that. What's up, Lewis? How's it going? What's up, Ace Aquariums? How's it going? Let's see. Before I get it, says Sherry says I love those lights. One day I hope. Check out Gavi waterproof LED on Amazon. Come with app and has colors. Okay. Can you send me Instagram or something, or send me something on that Reef Keeper? Appreciate that. I will not remember the name. I just installed that at my stand. Also works with Alexa. Let's see. Ace says, hello. I started following this channel for a few months now. I like all the videos that I saw in some of your videos. Well, thank you. I'm glad that I did not scare you off as a very new viewer, because I am straight raw with it. So, welcome to Rico's Aquariums. Glad to have you as a subscriber, a follower, and thank you for the love and support. What skimmer you're going to use? I have no idea. Besides, I really like Reef Octopus. I'll probably stick with that. Let me see something, guys. Let me see. Let me just bring another screen over here real quick. Let me jump on saltwateraquarium.com website and see. What do you guys recommend? How about that? What are some of the things that you like? Let's see. Let me pop out this chat. It's just easier for me to read. And let's go up here. Reef Octopus Regal Series. What the? My son plays all my stuff. Saltwateraquarium.com. Let's see. So anyway, how do you guys feel about the whole Neptune thing while I'm sitting here looking at something as well? Let's see. Supplements. Let's see. Food filtration, reactors. skimmers. So for a tank this size, I like to try one no one has on a skimmer. Okay. Okay. So Saltwater Aquarium still in the house here. They're eavesdropping on my live stream. No. Okay. That sounds interesting. Now you got my attention on that. How do you guys? Is Terrence really gone? Yes, Terrence is really gone. Sorry, guys, but he really is. I know some of you guys, it's kind of like love-hate, kind of like me. Thank you. But yeah, he's really gone. Just want to, it's one of those things. Terrence is probably about roughly maybe almost 10 years older than I am. So, he's done what he's going to do, I guess, and that's just going to be end of that one. But I like to test new stuff. I like where saltwater. See, that's the thing too, you all, because trying new stuff, it's like bringing new stuff, to the aquarium industry, bringing awareness. And obviously, you guys know, if it's shit, I'll say it's shit. So one thing I can say why I like, or should I say why I love working with saltwateraquarium.com so much is because I have that freedom. And there's nothing like having freedom to be brutally honest when it comes to aquarium stuff. So here's another thing. So instead of being in bed with this person, that person, this person, that person, this person, that person, right? Being with one person that just allows you to be you and allows you to be 100% how you feel, it just makes life 10 times easier. And it makes it really easy for me. If they mess with them, that's cool. If they want me to try something that probably I wouldn't try with that company personally, I don't have to worry about that. I'm here, and I don't have to really worry about Saltwater Aquarium as much neither, because they allow me to be me. So I'm very blessed and thankful for that, because I feel like I bring a lot to the hobby, and obviously you guys wouldn't be here if you didn't think so. So, but I'm interested in this skimmer and where I was going to go with that. Anyway, what I was going to go with when it comes to skimmers, you all, I want you guys to understand one thing when it comes to skimmers. Let's just say I'm going to look at on saltwateraquarium.com website. Somebody said Niles. Okay, it's let me see. Let me see. Reef octopus. Let's see if it's on here. So, what I like about skimmers, a lot of people say, "Oh, I can go get a reef octopus." This is a reef octopus Essence S130 protein skimmer reef octopus. 100, I guess, rated for 130 gallons. I need you guys to understand that. That is totally based on how stocked your aquarium is. So your bioload handling of 130 gallons, something that's rated for 130 gallons, if you have a heavy bioload, this is where most beginners, newbies make crucial mistakes. And they're making these mistakes because they're seeing one thing, but also they're looking at price on everything, right? Let's face the fact. Everybody's looking at the price ticket, right? For a fully loaded aquarium on a 130-gallon aquarium, if your bioload is very heavy, if it's heavy, it's rated now for 75 gallons. If it's medium, it will handle 120, and if it's light, it will actually handle 160. Running this on mine, 1,000 gallon. Love. There you go. So that is another thing. Now, actually, it's aquarium. It says innovation for aquariums up to 160. My bad, not 130. It's rated for 160. But even if you had a heavy bioload, it's only going to run, or you're only going to be able to, it's rated at that point 75 gallons. Saltwater Aquarium says beast. I'm very interested in that now. Uh, I'm very curious because you guys all know I don't keep up with anything because I don't want to be biased or anything. So a lot of things, when people say, "Hey Rico, did you see such and such, or did you do this such and such, such and such?" Nope, I don't. I don't keep up with that stuff. Uh, Once again, Saltwater Aquariums up in here, right? And there's like, I actually have an idea of something new. Uh, I'm curious, but I don't know what's out there that's new because I really don't keep up with it because I don't want to be biased. I don't want to be set in my ways too much of uh, this is the only way to, reef, to have a reef tank because we all know that's not correct. There's multiple different ways. And honestly, I am comfortable, very comfortable in the way I reef. But to be honest with you, I have to be open minded as well and try new things and see how things are so we can, all grow together because we all learn different. And guess what? All these different methods can work. It's just figuring them out and what works best with what. So I really like that. So when it comes to the protein skimmers, though, I want you guys, if you're new coming in, to really think about what I just said. There's we're looking at one protein skimmer on saltwateraquarium.com's website, aquarium, a skimmer that's rated for 160 gallons. That 160 gallons for a very light bioload for your aquarium. That number starts to go down. Medium load is now rated for, it's only going to handle 120 gallons. And a very heavy demanded tank is now 75 gallons. You go from 160 straight down to 75 gallons on a heavy bioload. Guess what most aquariums are? Heavy bioload. Every time we go to aquarium shows, we do this, we do that. We're researching. We're on reef forums. We're listening such and such. Oh, I need more cleanup crew. I need more fish. I don't have enough nutrients. I got to raise. So how am I going to get the nutrients? I'm going to add more fish. I'm going to create more of a bioload. And guess what? Guess what? You're now need a bigger skimmer. So don't skip out by buying something based on price and then realize that you have to upgrade it. Try to buy things, just pay up front. Even if you plan on upgrading, wish they made 5 sizes, not one. Really? Oh, wow. So that's another thing. I was actually watching football, and it's really pissing me off. Sorry, the Browns blew it. Like, you know what? I'm not a big football fan or anything like it. I'm trying to get into it because my kids are into it. I'm more of the UFC, fighting, wrestling. Sorry, but that game was just on my head. I can't believe they just blew it like that. But anyway, back to aquariums. I just had to get that out. It's just like really bothering me, like idiots. But let's see. But yeah, so I'm trying to keep you from buying multiple times if you don't have to. Also think about, are you going to upgrade in the future? So if you plan on upgrading, try to eliminate some of the things you have to buy multiple times. Okay, that's all I'm saying when it comes to that. I think Octo has neck adapters for their skimmers. I think so. I do like neck cleaners. I really do like neck cleaners. They really do. They make you a little lazy. I'm not going to lie. But it allows you a little more time to get to your maintenance, especially if you're very busy. Like I said, this winter's coming. I have about 30 clients I got to go take care of in the next couple weeks. next week, this week coming up, actually, and probably the following week after Reefapalooza or Chicago. So, but other than that, we're gonna be rocking and rolling. We got water, we have electric. The two main things that we needed are done. It's time to get some sand. It's time to get everything glued up. But like I said, UV sterilizer, I'm not 100% yet, but I'm thinking about it. I know you guys keep asking about that, but I'm really Esensis. Am I saying that right? But I'm curious. I'm curious on this protein skimmer. I'm curious. I really am. Also, I don't know if you guys know, which I will be. Who's coming to Rap Chicago or Aquashell at Dallas? That's a good one. So I don't know if you guys know, which once again, which I truly love. You guys know I'm not just saying it. I ain't got to go nowhere else for cleanup crew. Saltwater Aquarium actually has cleanup crew now. They have packages. So once again, it's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. They also are with Reef Nutrition. So if you guys, they have it. Saltwater Aquarium has really, really expanded a lot. And hopefully they can just keep on doing what they're doing because it's pretty freaking awesome. Yes, Sherry, we'll definitely see you at Rat, hon. I have about 7, 8, 10 videos, even though I already dropped 2 or 3 of people's tanks that I went and visited. I still have more. Don't forget, if you guys are coming to Chicago, Star City Reef, you're going to be there. So I think I'll be giving away. I don't know exactly when. You just have to be around the saltwateraquarium.com booth. But I'll be giving away 100 or two $100 gift cards for you guys to have fun. So maybe I'll have something fun that you'll have to go do, or whatever, some kind of game we'll play or something. Oh, we'll do a Rico meetup. How about that? Yeah, there we go. They beat me to all this stuff. I'd be so like, but hey, let's do a Rico meetup, and I'll be giving away a couple $100 gift certificates or gift cards, should I say, for you guys' next purchases. So I'm sure there's going to be deals at the booth, all kinds of crazy stuff. Greg's going to be there. Don't forget you get your Halloween drawings and stuff like that. If you guys haven't seen, hold on. Let's see. Where's it at? I know I got it somewhere around here. What did I do with it? I know I had it somewhere. Where is it? I bet you my wife moved it. So I went and destroyed it. I do not know where she did with it. But anyway, so I have to find it at a later date. But anyway, Greg is a freaking awesome drawer. So if you guys haven't seen, I'm sure you have seen his artwork. Make sure you guys stop by the booth. I'm pretty sure he will be drawing at the booth. Will he be drawing? Saltwateraquarium.com. If he is, you guys show him some love. I'm sure he'll have maybe, give him a damn tip or something. That man be drawing his butt off. So keep that in mind. I can't wait for the show. Super excited. Me neither. Yeah. Me neither. I feel like I need to get out. It's time for another show. So, but anyway, as I was saying, cleanup crews available. Um, awesome cleanup crew package. I will be running cleanup crew package from them in my aquarium. He said yes. Saltwater Aquarium says yes. So come by, show Greg some love. Let's do it. Meet and greet. Uh, let's do that. Let's definitely do that. Let me give you guys some saltwater aquarium bucks. I'm sure you guys will love that. I know I will. I love it. So we have some really cool stuff coming. There you guys go. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see all you guys again, meet with you guys, hang out with you guys, do all that cool stuff. Um, yeah, I'm just looking over to some of these packages. Have you guys ever seen the pod habitat feeder ice cap little thing? I think that was a really cool thing, which I think I'll probably be putting down if I do a refugium in the one section here. I'm really considering doing a refugium. But once again, I want to make sure that will be a little bit later. We'll get this tank seated with the proper pods and let stuff go. And then there'll be a time for a cleanup crew. Don't want to put that in right away because as the tank's very new, there's not going to be much of anything, if anything at all, for them to feed. All they're going to do is die and create a nice start that you don't really want. So as well. Star City Reef says, I'm excited. I did not know that they have this new Pink Fusion live pink coralline algae in a bottle. I did not know that. See, there's stuff that I'm looking here and I just was like, oh, this is very new, very new, very new. Am I missing something in the chat? What am I missing? Oh, my wife is playing around. She said, look at that chest. She's sending me, she's screenshotting me while I'm live talking about look at my chest. She won't leave me alone. Now that I'm in the gym. Not that you guys really want to hear all that, but I'm trying to get my sexy back. Just trying to look good naked one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Is there anything wrong with that? We are the only online store with reef nutrition for sale. Can't find it at BRS or Marine Depot. There you guys go. So, like I said, I love the fact that Saltwater Aquarium is steady growing. They're definitely doing awesome. I like everything about them, and they're trying to keep, Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, whatever, hun. They also have a combo. Wow. So anyway, aquascaping, sand rock, glue, let's see, epoxy. So there was some stuff, aquascape fix. Do they have the aquascape? Aquascaping. So I thought they sold, I'm not 100%. I did see some, or I thought I seen it. E Marco, do you guys sell? Am I not looking at it, finding it right? The E Marco 400 or whatever it's called. Cement for aquascaping or whatever. Specialty items. Format, We are moving to new live packaging before the rest. Okay, new live packaging. That's what's up. So aqua sticks, red, okay, icy gel, purple epoxy, blue aquarium sealant. All right. Anyone else feel like putting a brick through their tank or just me? What's going on, Naked Dog? Why are you saying that? Yes, Marco cement gray or pink gray or whatever. Yeah, Marco cement. That's what it is. So we'll have to get some of that so we can start on that. Let's see. Oh, they do got some. See, it's been a while since I've been on here, and some pretty cool UV sterilites. Okay, all right, guys. But yeah, so I got dinos killing hair algae right now. Who just did a? Somebody put out a video of that. Did Mark put out a video or something about dinos? Was it Mark Callahan? Videos. I add new stuff all the time. Yeah, I see. The website is like, no, he didn't. Okay. I seen somebody talk about dinos and they explained it, I thought pretty well. Maybe RC Reefer, or was it him? I don't know. Naked Dog, I'll figure it out and get as soon as it rings a bell. So they tell you exactly how they or what they've done to battle that. But yeah. Or Ryan, BRS. Was it Ryan who put that out? Might have been. He might have did talk. Now that you said that, he might. Yeah. Try that. Go look up a BRS video for dinos. There you go. There you go. Just have it right there. See, we're not haters. We show love everywhere. Been working on it all day. I got the 220 looking okay, but the 360 still a mess. You know, slow and steady runs the race, Naked Dog. If I get some time before I leave, before I got to leave this, before this weekend and the next day or two, maybe I'll stop out to you because you're not that far from me. You're like 45 minutes. Maybe I'll stop out and I wanted to stop out anyway and film your new setup. You're the other one on the list. And so, but you're right here, you and Cleveland Reefer. So you're both about 45 minutes different, two different directions. But that's okay. But we can still do that, and I can still stop by or something and come check you out. So what's going on with that Terrence issue? Is that rumor or is that for real that he left Neptune? Neptune is yeah, Terrence has left. Terrence is no longer with Neptune and obviously retired. There you guys go. And yeah, they also have been, if I'm not mistaken, bought out. So as well, like a couple of the other ones, same people. Yes. Trust me, it was kind of hard for me to really say. It's you know, it's hard to get a bulldog to lay down. Just saying. Just saying. Bulldogs don't normally like to lay down, but if new top dogs come in, and you know how you are, sometimes it's just, you know, sometimes you got to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, is this what I really want? And if you're not, you just go retire. You had a nice run, had a nice time, you just retire. You know, there's nothing wrong with retiring. He's been around a long time, so you know. I said we haven't seen the last. I doubt it, but you know, it's one of those things. Nothing surprises me that much anymore. So we'll see. The news network had Dr. Tim on in regards to bacteria, which might be helpful for you. Oh, yes. You can check that out as well. Yep. I'll definitely check the nutrients though. Something bottom out, and that's what I feel. It's nutrients. It's a nutrients issue, and yeah. So, anyway, uh, that's what we have going on. Like I said, what brand is that tank? This is a Planet Aquarium. This is a Planet Aquarium, and I'm being 110% honest with you. It is very clean and sleek looking. So I really love it. I have plenty of room. Somebody said, I think it was Harkins or something, about the 90s up against the bottom down here, whatever. These are all unions, so I could take it all, unscrew it, and slide the sump if I ever needed to get it out. It's fine. Also, there's unions across the back. Each, you know, for those pipes, those are $12 unions all day long. Plumbing adds up. Very expensive. So we're able to take all this apart if need be. But yes, I want it tight. I have straps, plastic. So these are for the pipe. Here's the straps, the 1.5 inches. So let me open these up. You can get these in the plumbing aisle or in the electric aisle of your hardware store as well. So as far as color, you'll probably have to paint them if you want them colored because they only come in gray. Or you can get plastic strap, or you can get metal, which I would not recommend around saltwater. You know, just saying. Said Neptune lost a visionary but gained a lot. Well, you know, they had. I will say they definitely gained a lot. That's for darn sure. I tried to use 45s whenever possible. 90s restricted flow too much. Yeah, I think the this is. I'll show you real quick. This is the this is obviously CJ once again. I think this pump will do exactly what it needs to do for this aquarium. Somebody said put the abyss pump for this is it's overkill, too much, and that's a big old pump too as well. I think this will work just fine. Once again, like you said, somebody mentioned the Vectress. Those are cool pumps too. But I don't think CJ gets enough credit because the quality is up there. Customer service is great. Once again, outside of Biz, right there. 5-year. Vectra don't even give you that. And I'm not trying to be funny when I say that. I like their pumps. Don't get me wrong. But what do you guys want? You know, do you want great customer service, warranty. What do you want? You know, and a lot of people that I come across or on here um, really talks about customer service. So, not Mark. What happened? Did I miss that? Oh, okay, in there. Insane Reefer, thank you, thank you. Second super chat of the night. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Insane Reefer. We'll see me at Rap Chicago. I have a lot to discuss with you. I'll be there. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I will be spending a lot of my time around the saltwatercrane.com booth because I'm part of the team there. And we will be doing some kind of meet and greet there. So make sure you guys stop by. And a couple of you guys might get you one of these. So make sure you guys, Rico meetup. There you go. So if you guys want a chance to get $100 gift card from saltwaterquarium.com, make sure you be there or be square. For real. Yeah, so when it comes to the pump, like I said, I loved it. I had one of those pumps for the Red Sea Reefer, as you guys know. We had the Red Sea Reefer tank. Still sitting in the garage, needs to go as well. But it worked great. I didn't have any problems with it or anything else. So when it comes to the light, I will be running the whatchamacallit, using the app and also running it with the dongle. So if you guys are running Kessel, one of these as well. So like I said, I got stuff everywhere. A lot of you guys like, what do you guys do with all that? I mean, I got pumps over here for this tank still, that tank that's not even set up over there. So I think that tank I might set up, go get a piece of live rock already established to run in that tank as a quarantine tank, just to get that really going for a quarantine tank. I don't think I will need a quarantine tank because anything that goes in this tank will already be there. So people are asking corals and stuff like that. That will be coming from respectable places as well. So you guys know, top shelf and stuff like that. You guys wonder where I get corals. Yeah, I'll go down there and pick out stuff as well. But I don't, at the end of the day, if I'm going to be not that many fish or fish that's going to have a certain job, I'm definitely going to be very picky when it comes to what's going in the tank. So I'm changing a lot of what I normally do when it comes to this because I actually want to fill this thing up with a shit ton of coral and mainly all coral. Now, fish, I mean, I might honestly, when it comes to fish, I'm thinking of a school, I'll just tell you now, of like Banggai cardinals. Like fish that just kind of school together, they reproduce just fine on their own, and have it a bunch. Test tank. There you go. Test tank as well. So that's kind of where I'm at with that, as far as fish. I know a lot of you guys are wondering why or what are you going to do? Well, what I'm going to do as far as the cleanup crew is I'm going to get on saltwaterquarium.com and I'm going to go ahead and look at their cleanup crew right here. Reef packages, cleanup crews. You got all kinds for 2,500 gallon, 50 gallons, 300 gallon, 200 gallons. You have a bunch of different varieties. And these cleanup crews come with, let's just say, your typical 50-gallon beginner cleanup crew, 15 assorted hermits, 15 Australia snails, 10 extra large Nassarian snails, and 10 Cerith snails. I mean, you have different packs. That's just for your 50-gallon. I mean, you're getting what, 30, 50 different types of snails and some crabs, 50. So it's like one per gallon. I mean, it's like you're getting a lot. You're getting a lot. You know what I mean? So you're getting 50 for like 109.99. So if you said 50 divided by 109, what are you paying per little whatchamacallit, right? I mean, let's be real about it. I mean, how much are you really paying? 50 divided by 109, right? Or 109 divided by 50, should I say? Right, divided by 50, you're paying $2.18, per snail and whatever. I mean, not bad. Not bad at all. Great number, great price. So when it comes to how I'm going to manage this aquarium, which I've never done, I'm just being 110% honest with you. I've never done it this way. I'm not even going to play you. I've never done it this way. So I will be utilizing a large, cleanup crew when it comes to these hermit crabs and stuff like that, or snails. Maybe not. The hermit crabs are okay. They can get in there and really pick stuff off of rocks. But also, I'm more of the snails that are going to really attack the algae and stuff like that. So I'm going to utilize one of these packages. That's what I'm going to do. So we'll put enough in there to handle that. And if things die off, whatever, you just refresh it. That's all. You just refresh. Snails are king. There, that's right. So that's the plan for that. That's the plan for that. Let's see. I always like when the cleanup crew battles it out with each other when you throw them in. Long as it. So that's the other thing. This is not something that I would put in an aquarium that we just set up. Like if I put the sand and rock, got the water up to temperature and everything, I would not throw a cleanup crew right into that. I'm going to be honest with you. You're just setting yourself up. There's nothing there for them to feed on. I mean, you could add stuff, but I think that you'll be setting yourself up for a lot of deaths of your cleanup crew. Allow the tank to start going through its cycle. That's another thing, cycling. What are you guys should I do to cycle this aquarium? What are some of your guys' thoughts? Me personally, I'll be honest, for me, what I thought about is going ahead and get some, Bengal cardinals and do like we used to do back in the day. We usually get some chromasis and stuff like that. I might get some of those too, since those are so hardy, and put some of those in. They can become little buttholes, and cycle the aquarium that way. What are some of your guys' thoughts? Is there a product that I should use? A product you think I should use? Or anything like that? Do any of you guys have any suggestions on that? Raw shrimp, clowns, live rock in the sump. I'm already on some live rock. That's definitely cycle with corals. That I've done that already. I've done that, but I get it. I get it too. Fritz Tovar Star or Dr. Thames. Could do that. Could do that. Could do that. Go all natural. So, Brandon, what do you mean all natural? Can you give us a brief description on your version of all natural cycling? I would love to hear what you have to say about that one. No additives, just old school adding fish. Brightwell, seeded with old rock. So if I use old rock, that's like a no-brainer. It's like tank's ready to go, regardless of what the new rock I put in, anything. If I was to throw actual live rock in there, the tank is a go. It's just ready. Let's go. Just give it time to circulate. But other than that, yeah. How do you cycle with corals? Well, all corals have its own bacteria and it secretes its own waste, which is actually feeding ammonia and everything else. So the nitrogen cycle is going to start and happen, and your basically just cycling your aquarium. It's just cycling itself. It's a live organism. It's taking in, it's making its own food. All corals can make its own food for the most part. So at the end of the day, you don't actually need to feed your corals. You know, they have zooxanthellae, animals that live inside them. You know, so to make their own food, chlorophylls and shit like that. So sugars and stuff like that for the animal. You know, and anything that's actually being fed or making its own food has to create waste as well. So therefore, you're having a constant supply of to be able to keep the cycle going. See, your cycle never leaves. A lot of people says they think that once your nitrogen cycle's done, that it's done, like it does not exist. No, that's complete BS. The cycle is a continuous cycle. The only difference is that you don't get toxic readings. So it becomes stable and not a threat. But the cycle always is there. It's constantly, your tank is constantly cycling. Now, when you get a major cycle or recycle, is because obviously something got out of whack, created a catastrophic event where you're actually now reading, harmful levels. Love talking reef before going to a show. Won't the nitrites kill the corals though? So here's a good question. That's a good question. I'm going to say it like this. People say, "Oh, you're harming the fish. You're harming the fish." On using fish to cycle aquarium. I don't know where the translation or how things is. You get these animal activists, and somehow they're actually in the fish tank with the fish, holding a dinner talk about how they was introduced to that tank and what side effects that they actually had. I guess somewhere I missed that, how they're able to do that to talk to the fish. But here's the thing. If you took one fish and you stuck that fish in one half-inch fish, let's just say, in a 10-gallon tank, that fish, you feed that fish eats exactly what you feed, and that fish creates waste. Well, the nitrogen cycle is starting to begin once you do that. But that cycle is so slow and steady that you never actually will ever see the spike of that aquarium. And that's what I see. So unless you throw a lot at it at once, you're going to create a high-ass ammonia and all this other stuff that you're actually physically going to see. Fish are going to die. But if you don't overdo it and you throw, back in the day, we did like maybe 5 chromuses and 220 gallons, 10 times. We didn't throw a lot of fish, but we used fish to feed the tank. They eat the food, they secrete waste, and they kick-started the nitrogen cycle. But it was such a slow rate, and the way it did, it would already be cycled, but you never get the cycle. You never see it just boop, boop. It would be so fast that it never had any harm to the fish. And that's what I'm saying, that a lot of people I don't think they understand that. If you put one piece of shrimp in a 200-gallon tank, what's the cycle like? What is the cycle like? It's decaying, it's rotting. But as it's decaying and rotting, it is being fed on by what? Bacteria eating, consuming this to grow. But at how fast can it grow? And at what rate can it grow? It can only grow and produce at a rate of the breakdown process, right? Just saying. The breakdown process. People get all crazy on dead fish. True. Love talking. Yeah. It takes a long time. Now, why nobody talks about the process of instant cycle? Like we have what? We got Fritz Turbo Start. What's Brightwell's? We got Brightwell. Dr. Tim's is a process still too. You feed it with ammonia and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is these other processes, Turbo start, feed pneumonia, a few days later, great. Boom. Exactly. One and only. There you go. The one and only. There's multiple ways of doing it. But who's to say that, the way that we're doing it in a bottle is better than just letting the fish do it? You know what I mean? A lot of people say slow and steady wins the race. But at the end of the day, we're hobbyists. All the patients that we're supposed to have, we all know we don't have them, right? We don't have Microbacter 7, right? We don't have them. We don't have the patients like we should. Everybody want an instant reef tank. Everybody does that. Old dead stuff is old dead stuff. Everybody wants it, but then when people have problems, they're blaming what? They're not blaming themselves. They're blaming the products. They're blaming this. They're blaming that. They're blaming everything else. Does Microbacter 7 work? We know it does. Does Turbo Start? What was it? One and only Turbo Start. We know all these products work. Period. Rotten stuff makes 0 sense. Rotten stuff. Very hard to measure. I never used the old shrimp, let's just say. Dead shrimp in a tank, the breakdown for fuel to create a nitrogen cycle. I'm not for that. I'd rather use fish. I've used Microbacter 7. I use one and only. Both of those products work, and fish. Those are things that I've done. I'm not saying that shrimp doesn't work or decay matter doesn't work. Sinai ammonia monitor and turbo start. Let's do Sinai ammonia monitor and turbo start. We can do that. I know a lot of people are like, "Ooh, you're using Fritz." I said, now this is Saltwater Aquarium. I'll mess with them when it comes to what they're thinking, but it does. But I like to see that as well. And I always said Turbo Start was great. Turbo Start was great. I can't even complain about that. It was great. So that sounds like a deal. Let's try that then. Sinai ammonia, Turbo Start. Yeah. That sounds like a deal far as kickstarting this bad boy. What do you guys say? Think we should? I mean, we got to get it started some way. Anyone use CCAM stability bacteria? I have not. Have not used it myself. I don't know if anybody else has. Is that one of their new stuff? Is that something new too? Naked Dog? Let's see. I've used stability for years. Casey Stunner, how's it going? Why not? It works. Okay. It does work. So you've used that Insane Reefer already? You've done the Turbo Start definitely works. Have you used the Sinai ammonia? I'd like to see how that works. Actually, CCAM did nothing for me. There you go. See, and that's the thing with these products. You're either going to know it's either going to work or it's not going to work. Like I'm dead serious. Like Dr. Tim's been around for how long? Dr. Tim's, it's like a no-brainer. When Fritz came out with the Turbo Start, I was on the fence with it. Just like their glass cleaner. That shit smells bad. But let me tell you what, it's a hell of a glass cleaner, but it stinks like nobody's business. No, just Turbo Start. You ought to use that. But Turbo Start, yeah. I used 100 pounds of old school Fiji with 100 pounds of Marco and one bottle, one and only moved all fish to tank same day. Damn. Okay, now that's something I never done. I can't say honestly I would have done it that way. Uh, to be honest, but that's very interesting. I like to use different types of bacteria. Different types of bacteria have different, yeah. Uh, but here's the thing: when you're taking a cycle, it's not that you cannot introduce bacteria to your tank. You can still introduce small amounts of bacteria to your tank, freshen up bacteria and stuff like that. I don't think personally I've done it. I haven't seen a bad side effect from doing it personally. So, and I think other people have. Obviously, Casey Stunna 82 has. I tried it twice, the 10-day cycle, which I extended both times and didn't see results. Wow. Okay. Well, like I said, this is with that's yeah, okay. I figured that's what you were talking about with stability. Well, some stuff, some stuff I just think, here's what how I feel. There's a lot of companies that have multiple different products. Not all those products are worth the shelf that it sits on. Some of it's very great or very good. Some of it's mediocre, and some of it's just straight garbage. Now, when it comes to Brightwell, like I said, I like Brightwell. I ain't got a problem with it. Uh, is all their products worth a damn? No, they're not. I can't sit up here and say that they are because I know they're not. Do they have some good products? Yep. They have some great products. Yep. They have some products that are straight shit. Just being honest. Kit Marine back in the day. I mean, it's the same thing. Like it's all the same to me, but just because the source. But it's one of those things, not everything that a company provides is going to be 100% good, some of it's just fillers. Let's just say, I guess that'd be the proper way of saying it. Fillers for a shelf space. Just saying. When you are let's say a distributor, right? Looking on Saltwater Aquariums website. Well, there's a variety of things that are for aquarium hobbyists. Is everything? Name some examples. I knew somebody was going to come out and say that, right? It's a reefer. Anyway, is every product is an awesome product? No. That you're going to find or see? No. Some of it's mediocre. And when I mean mediocre, it's somebody there's room for people not breaking the bank, but want to try out something and see if it's worth upgrading. There are people that will buy something very, cheap to see what exactly it's going to do. And it's probably going to do what it needs to do, but not like you would if you would buy a better brand of a product from a better company, a better source, a true whatever. Like I'm looking at, let's just say, certain UV sterilizers or certain, the way they, whatever. But also, is it so much of the product to blame? Or is it the person not understanding what it is that they're actually wanting this product for? UV sterilizers, yes, you want better, less cleaning of the glass. You want better water clarity. The better the clear the water is, the better your lights. When you say, oh, I ain't got enough light or enough penetration, whatever. Well, by using UV sterilizers, you're going to get that if you especially don't have a light that you can really ramp up to penetrate whatever. I feel like you can use less wattage, better quality of water if you do use a UV sterilizer. You can't look at me like people say, why you never use a UV sterilizer? Why you never? It never bothered me. The thing is, it never bothered me. But, you know, I never had a problem with it. And if you ever heard me say there's a problem, the only problem, depending on, you know, what you're utilizing it for, but it doesn't discriminate good bacteria from bad bacteria neither. You know what I mean? Things that are pathogens that are passing through that. So, you know, don't, I always say, don't do what I do. Do it for because you want to do it. But this is another reason for this tank here. You know, people, oh, what protein skimmer are you gonna go? I don't know. I didn't know. And if I was to do anything, once again, I would go with a Reef Octopus. But Saltwater Aquarium says, oh, let's got something new. Let's try something new. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with something new. But also that opens up the door for me to be out my comfort zone, but also for you guys to see a product and get to hear firsthand, is it shit or is it good? I personally think it's probably going to be good, or they, you know, not that they wouldn't want me to use it if it was. I mean, they want me to tell it like it is, but at the same time, it's like, I hope it's great. You know what I mean? I'm in limbo with it. So it's one of those things. It's like we have to be out our, you know, comfort zone sometimes and whatever. Could be shit. Hold on. Hold on. Here, let me see. He said it could be. Let me do this. All right, we're gonna add them as a mod too on this channel. But once again, see what I'm saying? It could be shit. So it's one of those things. Now, I have love for certain equipment because I know it's tried and true. But that doesn't mean other equipment that's coming out can't be just as good, if not better. You know, these companies sometimes I feel like that are tried and true get really relaxed and lazy with, I think they try to do a little more, change or tweak maybe the pump or maybe, you know, how it's injected or, you know, but I still feel like some of these companies get really relaxed. And that's cool when they do, because that allows other people that want to play in that field or want to take a piece of that market to really come out with something. And when that happens, we need people like me that's going to just be like, it's the shit or it's shit. One of the two. So that's why I like, once again, I can be myself. I can be forward. I can be straight. I can be honest. I'm not regulated like other YouTubers that, you know, get products and stuff like that and kind of they're too busy worried about kissing the company's ass versus just being straight up, you know, about what it is that they're bringing to the table. You know, that's a big difference, you know. So, like I said, I like my freedom. I like me to be me and me to do me and me to when I get on here, you guys are here, you guys are listening, you guys are, you know, throwing shit at me, I'm throwing it back at you, and that's just the way it should be. It should be, you know, an open book for everybody. New stuff could be good, could be shit. Got to use it. And that's the thing. You have to use it or you're not going to know. And you guys know, I don't mind new shit. You know, do I have my favorites? Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? Just like some of you guys got your favorites because of what I do. You know, you'll be like, well, Rico uses it, blah, blah, blah. Not to be funny. Can you imagine? Think about this, guys. Can you imagine if I had stocks in calcium reactors? It went from, you guys, some of you guys been here for a long time. Can you imagine if I had stocks in that shit? Everybody and their mama, man. You know, people that got on here and trolled, oh, I'll do blah, blah, blah. Dude, they're, you know, it's one of those things. But I kept it real with you. And everybody that ever converted over and really got past the scaredness or looking at it and being so intimidated by it now said, oh, I'll never go back. I'll never do anything else. That's what I'm talking about. And people's like, well, what about you know, pumps like peristaltic dosing pumps? What about them? I think they have a place for chemicals. Like if you want to put different chemicals in your tank to dose, like as far as strontium or other stuff like that, or potassium, and set it up to dose a little some, or iodine and stuff like that. I think it still has a place in the hobby. Like I am not totally against peristaltic dosing pumps. I'm 100% with it. I actually like some of the methods that I've seen, using it for foods, like maybe reef nutrition, popping a hole in a bottle with a tube in a bottle to go ahead and dose. You know, have some kind of little refrigerator set up that you can run those lines in without hitting the stuff that actually makes the refrigerator work. But if you could figure out that and get those tubes down there and keep it nice and cold, and get you some kind of agitator to keep it mixed up or suspended and dosage, like there's plenty of different things you can use peristaltic dosage pumps for. I'm a big fan of them. I just prefer calcium reactors at the end of the day to keep shit steady. I think it's easier where with the electric carbon doser, which Saltwater Aquarium actually carries now as well. But once again, is it a little expensive? It is. But once again, you get what you pay for. Let's see. I still use Bubble Magnet Skimmer. I've had it for about 8 years. Still works. You have not changed out the pump or nothing on that, huh? Not to be funny when it comes to bubble magnets. Like, I felt like they were great at one time, and then I feel like they totally fell the hell off the map. Am I wrong, or I'm, or what? Because I felt like there was a time that it was really out there. Versa versus calc reactor. Versa versus calc reactor. What do you mean by that? Still not smart enough for calcium reactor. It's really back in my day when they were using them. It was it was a lot to get it set. Nowadays with the Kimura and Kmar, or however you want to put it, peristaltic dosing pump and electric carbon doser, those two things, it's really cake work, to be quite honest. Me a bit, still new, 2 years in so far. Well, Brandon, you got plenty of time to work baby steps. You got plenty of time. We're not going anywhere. Nope, I have CJ Versas are sick. What do you mean by sick? I use my Versa for water, calc, top off. Oh, okay. PSK 1000. There you go. Let's see. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, there's tons of products coming out. There's always new shit coming out, and we definitely have to, as somebody has to use it, right? At the end of the day, somebody's got to use it, and that's just all to it. Whatever happens, happens. Hopefully, nothing catastrophic ever happens. You know, I did support the floor from the basement, so I did do that for this tank as well. So we should be fine with that. What else? Yeah. If we need anything else, we should be good. Like I said, I just have a couple things to do. I have to glue up all that, get that set, push that back. I think I will be running a power strip underneath. I'll get on Amazon and look for those. Reef Keeper's going to send me a link for LED strips or whatever he was talking about for inside the tank. I think we're going to keep the doors off this tank. I like the idea of the doors being off the tank. Our industry needs an easy to set up, use calcium reactor. Easy to use. Well, I don't know how much easier or what we're talking about, but you're not going to get fine tuning without electric carbon doser. I don't ever see that happening without electric carbon doser. Also, with the Kmar peristaltic dosing pump, it allows you to precisely run at a speed that you need for your aquarium. Whatever that speed is, whatever that demand is, it's so easy. There isn't an off the shelf solution. No. And I don't know, honestly, I don't know if that's ever going to be possible because you need to either push with a pump water into the calcium reactor or pull water in. So the peristaltic doser pump I use to pull. So if something was to go down, it just shuts off. It's not really backfeeding or doing anything else. So I used it to pull versus push. But that's the thing. How do you have to get water in? You have to get water out. You have to be able to mix CO2 at a certain so many bubbles to make the water become acidic at the rate of X, Y, and Z. So to do that off the shelf, shit. You know what? I would love to see somebody figure that shit out. Just me knowing calcium reactors the way I do, it's like, you ain't supposed to say nothing's impossible, but at the end of the day, shit, that to me, that's like impossible, off the shelf, impossible, unless you're integrating some kind of controller that's built in to push or pull water, set the rate of CO2 all from one control box. And off the shelf, all you have to do is drop a line in that's going to push or pull for the calcium reactor and hook up the CO2 line. And then at the end of the day, what I mean is you don't have the CO2 regulator. You just have a line that bolts to the tank, and it's all done through one computer box. The speed you would have to have, once again, it's that box would have to have a peristaltic dose built into it, pulling or pushing. It's still the same thing. It's like, and then what cost would that cost? I don't know. To me, that would be like, I couldn't see it. It would be crazy. The tank behind you looks nice. One in plan to get her filled. I plan on here getting her filled really soon, starting to add water. I have to drill a hole in my floor. I'm going to figure out I probably need about 150 feet line, or no. I'll probably need about 150. Garage two doors down, through the wall, through the basement, up through the floor here. Yeah. I'd have to go through the floor, figure that out. But for water to get up here constantly, or I'll be filling it up manually, 10 gallons at a time, which is fine too. Milk jugs, and getting another one of these. What was it? The black 10-gallon. What the heck was that? What's the name? What is it? I'll figure it out. I can't see it right there in the dark. Holding the water holding tank was a 10-gallon that we got. One for over there, and then whatever. So it's 10-gallon. Would like to get a 20-gallon, but that might, I don't think they have something like that big. But that's fine. 10 gallons, evaporated, top off evaporation. We should be fine. Anyway, and enough carbon to meet your needs. What is that? Carbon is not hard, just tumble on a low flow, change medium once a month, in my opinion. Is that the floor well supported? Yeah, so a lot of stuff, I'm still rehabbing this house, by the way. This house is already a shit ton of money that I've done. But the floor is supported. I got a big floor jack that I put in. I'm going to, before I add water, I'm going to go back down, check everything out, tighten everything, making sure everything's everything. I'm going to get back there. I'm going to jump as hard as I can so I can feel it if there's any sag or anything like that, which I doubt it. So we're going to do that. Just make sure everything's good. So that's the plan on that. But anyway, much easier controller. The controller can shut off the solenoid if pH drops too much, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It looks like it leans to the left. Why? Because I'm in the picture, or because of the camera. So there it is. It's leaning now. It's just a camera. How about that? It's just a camera. Anyway, let's see. What else? Carbon is not hard. Just tumbles. Okay, we already read all that. The Stocko and Bill Wines ACR all sorted like that. Yeah, it is. Float switches keep CO2 at max saturation, but you still have to control the effluent, and that's the thing. To have an all-in-one that's going to do all. Listen, I'm not going to say nothing's impossible. It can be possible, but for a piece of equipment like that, that's going to even regulate the effluent line, jeez, probably get your wallet out. Get your wallet, Linda. Listen, Linda. I don't even know. Like, even if people like respect what I say in the industry and all that good stuff, like, how many people are actually going to buy one? Like, that's because I can't imagine that would be just think of how much it is broken down. About what, 300 electric carbon doser, another 200, 300, or whatever it is for perovskite. You got 600 there, depending on your system. You get the 612 dual reactor rated for about 300. That's another 700. You're about 1,200 something, almost 1,300 with taxes and stuff like that. $1,300 right there. $1,300 right there. All right, that's not counting the tank, which you're going to pay for a tank. Had the tank filled, so you're another $100 and something, depending on what you get. $200. You know, you're at like what, 14, 15, and then your media to start off. I mean, you're easy $1,500, $1,600. Now, that is that way. And that's with that size if you're, rated from 0 to whatever, 300 gallons. That's based on your bioload and all that too, and how big these corals grow. That's another thing. So you have that. Now you try to get an all-in-one. That, my friend, is, I won't say, but at the end of the day, I think it would be I could see a product like that coming in easily at $3,000 to $3,500 all in one. easily minimum $3,000 to $3,500 for an all-in-one. If you could do it, an all-in-one starting out at, and that's just me. If it's, we might give or take just a little bit, but the engineering of doing that is going to be crazy. The engineering part. So engineering something like that would be crazy. Why not try a new calc slurry range or slurry range? You mean reactor? Calc slurry reactor? So skimmers, reactors. So Kalkwasser reactors. I will be running the 200 large Kalkwasser, the ice cap, on this tank. Now, do I need the big boy? No, that was mainly for the beast, but this will hold more, so I'm able to get away with a lot, whatever, right? So it can hold more and slowly do its thing, and that's fine with me. Let's see, because I'm going to utilize it. Why not? This one, calcium alkalinity stability balance. There are many different dosing methods for Kalkwasser. So, maintenance. Once every 2 weeks, a calc solution in the reactor will need to be replenished, but only rinsed out once a month to make room for a new Kalkwasser solution, basically, since Kalkwasser can be purified with fresh water that is fed into the reactor. Precipitation can form at the bottom that will be removed when the reactor is rinsed out. There you go. No need for pesky power heads. There you go. What is the need of use? So it gives you a brief description. Basically, I mean, it's things that we already know, but at the end of the day, as you guys may or may not know, I think it's worth having a calc reactor or whatever, no matter however you want to look at it. I think it's worth it because I think calc reactors, just calc reactors by itself has some hidden properties that I just find amazing. It's like stuff that it is able to do is like some kind of hidden unicorn or something to me. I like it. I personally do. I love it. Calcium reactors, but is my number one. Number two is this. And that's just how that goes. Now, before ever having calc reactors or anything like that, I utilized a milk jug or some kind of jug like that, little air pump to keep, a hole with a line that comes out for a dripping nipple to regulate my drip, and also a nipple at the top in the cap. I would glue a nipple with a small air pump to keep the bottle somewhat pressurized, allow air to still escape, but also keep it pressurized. So that's just me. What are your thoughts about running calc, even if pH is 8.1, 8.3? Here's the thing. I would run it no matter what. I would run it until it's 8.4 or whatever the case may be. Even in that range, I would still run it. The difference is on how I run it is I run that at nighttime. When the lights go off, I run the calc at night. And by running at night, you just keep basically your 8.1, 8.3 24/7. That's the difference. One of the major difference. A lot of people don't like that number to fluctuate. That number should only fluctuate if you're running, let's say, 8.2 or 8.3 during the day. When those lights go off, you should drop down to about 8.1. So you should drop down 2, basically. You should never drop down usually more than 2 unless you have some kind of house party sucking all the oxygen out the house, or a lot of people around your tank. Then you'll see that number really fall. Personally, I would keep it, use it at night. So if you're running 8.3, more likely your chances are you're going to stay 8.3 at night. You're not drop down to 8.1. You should stay up a little bit. And if you're not, then you make some adjustments where you keep it 8.3. But you also got to make sure your other parameters are not being spiked or increased or whatever. So that's just me. Rico's going way back to milk jug trick. I'm just saying, that's, yeah. Kit Marine even sold a bottle with the IV line drip calc. Yeah. I mean, Kessels are, they really look nice. You know what? I don't know why a lot of people have problems with Kessel. Me personally, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Say you can't grow cork or you can't grow sticks. Like you need this, you need. I don't understand it. I think it's full of shit. And we're gonna just prove that with these bad boys. So that's just me. People do say a lot of stuff, and it's just one of those things that I love being the person to prove people wrong. I think these lights. I don't understand why Kessel don't get the recognition that it said they do, but they don't. Like you either love Kessel or you really dislike Kessel. And like I said, people are like, are you going to run supplement? And I did think about running some supplement light. But the reason I'm not now is because of the fact if I was to grow out a badass tank, everybody's going to say, oh, that's because of the supplemented lighting that you put with those. So we're going to just go ahead and X out any supplemental lighting and just run straight Kessel until this bad boy's grown out. Now, once it's grown out, I might consider putting some, changing it up a little bit, running some supplemental stuff on it just for whatever. Or I might not. I might just keep it that way and call it good. Let it grow out. I don't know. Break it down, do something different, or set up another tank. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere else in the house. So maybe another 300. Don't know. Maybe an 8-foot 300, I doubt it. It'd have to be a square. But anyway, that is exactly what I'm talking about. So confusing. Yeah, Kessels are great. I do love them. Those are the 500Xs. Yes, they are. They're 500Xs. My concern is spiking my alk because I'm running the calcium reactor. I wouldn't worry about spiking your alk. And your alk can creep up. It depends on what kind of spike we're talking about. But slow and steady runs the race. I mean, I would literally be very slow at it. And here's the thing. I personally like, I wouldn't mind putting like the calc on some kind of like the Apex controller in a monitor to monitor that alkalinity. If alkalinity was to creep, then go ahead and shut the calc off. Have the calc get shut off. Like stop where it stops the calc from putting any more in to raising it up any higher. That's what I personally would do. If you feel uncomfortable with it. I never really gave too much concern. I always did things that way before any of this other stuff existed. And this is what's very hard for me when it comes to talking to you all about this stuff, because a lot of you all are very new to it. Like Reef Keeper's been around, but not when it came to sticks. You know what I mean? So even for him, it's like, okay, what he's reading or hearing and whatever, which a lot of it is all, how do people learn? Well, you listen to other people. You've seen other people's tank. Trial and error from your own mistakes, seeing what you're figuring out. Or because you figured out something, that doesn't mean that it's 100% right neither. It's just what's working for your tank and blah, 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 blah. This is where we get a lot of debates. people say, oh, that person don't know what he's talking about, or that person. And the reality is everybody has a little something that they're actually correct about. It's just, why is that tank reacting this way versus this one's acting totally opposite? But back in the day, we didn't have anything to tell us. That's where a lot of this stuff is very hard. Talking to new people. Hey, what's up, DTX Flex? So when it comes to talking to new people or people about aquariums, what I find very difficult to talk about is, getting people to understand what do you think we did with the 2-liter bottles or milk jugs or whatever when we dose cow. All we did is set a little drip and we walked away. We didn't know if our alks really spiking or anything. We never really had any problems. You know what I mean? Now, the only time we have a problem with something, adding calc, if calc was dosed and just poured in like nobody's business. Oh, then we had a problem. The tank looked like milk did. Something like that. Other than that, we dripped and walked away. And that was it. So to get people to understand, like now it's like, oh, now I can say, well, hey, most people have the hydros, reactor, or controller, or Apex controller. There's things now that we have that we can utilize to basically help us make sure that we don't get out of hand or do something. Yeah, calc from the IV drip never dumped. If anything, it clogged. And the only reason it clogged goes back to what I was saying. I like the milk jugs or the 2-liter bottle because I put 2 holes, one for the line and one for a small air pump. A little, your little freshwater air pump, and put that in there, put it down, but there's enough room still for a little air to escape so the bottle doesn't swell and blow up, but it keeps the bottle under pressure. And as long as the bottle stayed under pressure, you'll always have a consistent drip. So that was the reason for me having the air pump. Now, does that make sense for people? Because a lot of people probably didn't do that. They just sat there, hooked up the IV bag, and expected to whatever. But as the weight of the solution got lighter, it didn't drip, or it just clogged up on you because there was not enough pressure now to force the liquid. That's why I used the little air pump. Not using calc yet, but so I'm not going to use, a lot of things are going to be put on for as things get rolling. We're going to get everything put in place where we want it, all the electronics and stuff like that. Yeah, we're gonna have it looking real nice. That's what I want to do. Put everything in place so we'll have it, and that's that. Now, controllers or monitors like Apex, like a little screen or something like that, I want outside that I can control to not having to log in. Sometimes I can do it just by the interface or maybe running a tablet or something like that. I like the little handheld monitor too, so I can just look, not have to log in, just look, boom, see the screen, cool, whatever. Let's see, not using calculator to do that. Okay, we already did that. Make total sense. I like 2-part, but that's just me. There's nothing wrong with 2-part. There's nothing wrong with calcium reactors. There's nothing wrong with calc reactors. There's nothing wrong with any of these methods, regardless of what anybody says. It's whatever works for you or whatever you feel comfortable with. That's what you should be doing, and that's what you should be using. A lot of this is just talk because we're all in this hobby together, and a lot of it's just talk. Whether it makes sense to one or not the other, at the end of the day, all these methods work. There's not anything that we shouldn't feel like you have to disagree on or agree on. These are all different methods. Just like, the cool thing is setting up new tanks, setting up, whatever, trying new products and stuff like that. These are all things that makes this hobby fun. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I don't see because I don't get caught up with what's going on in the aquarium industry because once again, if I totally make it a business, then I might not enjoy it anymore or trying to keep up with it. No, I like to hear things come from you guys. Hey, Rico, you know how many times I get that? Hey, Rico, did you see such and such or this new product or this? Nope, I have not. So what do you think of it? As those are usually my first words to the people that say something. So what are you thinking? What do you think of it? You know, and I immediately get their feedback. I don't want to put a judgment on something. I don't even want to be the first one to get it or first one to see it. I want to hear from people that see it first and hear their first thoughts or this or reasons why this or reason why that. That's just me. I like calcium reactors because it adds other trace elements and some soft phosphates. Correct. I think 2-part is way easier. There's no problem in that. I like, let's see, I get 2 calcium reactors and a 2-part on one system. They all grow corals. Yeah, just one method grows it faster than the other, but being calcium reactors, yep, it all works if you keep it stable. And that's the main key to a lot of this stuff. We can do whatever we want to our tank, but the main thing that's going to make us a successful reefer and to keep us long-term in the hobby is keeping it simple and keeping stability. Stability is such a key factor in having a successful reef tank. Stability it means more than anything, to be quite honest. Would you drop calc line in a sock or filter roller? I like to drop calc where there's a lot of turbulence in the water, for the most part. So, in a place that, for me, would be right next to the pump, where it's water movement and it's going to dissipate a lot faster. For me, is where I like to utilize or drop it at, where there's some turbulence. Um, that's just me. On a filter sock or in a filter sock, you're going to get a lot of turbulence there. Filter roller, I'm sure you're getting a lot there. Just where there's a nice, even just like you use to utilize 2-part. That's how I would look at that. If you were to use 2-part, where do you put your 2-part in? Straight into where the water's not moving or where you're getting a nice flow from. Now, the difference of 2-part, usually you would put one at one end and wait a little bit and put one at another end, or you might, however you guys normally do it. But some will do one right in the same spot and then turn around and do the other one in the same. And me, I've done 2-part too. I'll do it on one in the sump, one in the tank, and let them meet somewhere in the middle, okay, and do their thing. That's just me. High flow areas, though. Just make sure you check a fluid line. They all get clogged. They do for the most part. But I feel like if you use a bigger opening at the end where the fluid comes out of, it's less likely to happen. That's just me. More flow because it precipitates out. There you go. Calcium reactors, calcium reactor, which is simpler. So Brandon says, so far, or for a newbie, calc reactors or calcium reactors, which is simpler? Now, calc reactors are pretty good. Like calc can kill your tank if you're not careful, if you abuse it. It will spike your alkalinity and stuff very fast. Calcium reactors is slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Nothing happens fast with a calcium reactor. So what I mean by when you make adjustment, it's not a fast adjustment. You might have to wait 24 hours to even start seeing a difference. So it takes a lot longer, more contact time in the reactor, considering your drip rate, all that to bring your pH down even lower to make, to dissolve the media, basically making the water more acidic to burn it down a little bit more faster. But also, that takes time to bring that down, to get it down to where it needs to be. And then it's just a game. So simpler, once you get the calcium reactor dialed in, it's pretty much a set it, forget it, unless you're getting major growth. But as things grow, you're going to change your dosage, just like two-part or anything else that you're using to dose. If you're making adjustments, calc, same thing. Calc reactor should be a backup CO2 tank in case where you get CO2 from is closed. I have 2 CO2 tanks, one 20, one a 10. And yes, you should most definitely have a backup. Just saying. You should. Because you don't want to be caught where one of these places are closed, like mine are closed on the weekends. You know how many times I got stuck on a weekend and had to keep ESV on hand? 2 gallon jugs on hand, and at the time my 300 was drinking like nobody's business. My 300 was drinking so much calcium reactors, 2-part, and a lot of stuff wasn't even going to keep up. It was only a matter of time that 300 was going to crash because those corals were bigger than my damn head, and they was just drinking. So yeah, just one of those things. Anyway, we have been on here for 2 damn hours. Jeez. Gotta get you one of these. Total body fuel. Great. So good. Dramedy, what is up? How's it going? All right, guys. But anyway, so as far as calcium reactors, we talked about that again. For new people, something to think about. Will I be putting one on here? You guys already know. 9 times out of 10, yes. So putting that on, we are going to be doing a new protein skimmer. So we're going to wait and see what that's going to be. I think you all have said your piece on, for the most part, the live stream I've done earlier. Some of y'all made your statements on as far as the plumbing is concerned. You guys think it was a beautiful job. You keep it the way it is, not paint it. So, which I like. Rico, the 1.5 plumbing is perfect. The sump is nice because you can put your reactor on the right side with a dosing pump if needed. Yeah, I have all that space over there. Yeah, we have plenty of room. I can put a calcium reactor, calc reactor, whatever else. But also, what I'm thinking about doing, imagine this was flipped around. You guys let me know. I'm going to do a video on it. But since you guys are in here first, I'll just say it and then we can revisit it later. Says I'm jealous. Plenty of room. But I'm thinking about cutting holes into my stand, to be quite honest. And for controllers and everything to be bolted on the outside of the stand. So none of the controllers per se will be getting any kind of moisture or wet. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Just saying. I'm not 100% sure. But that's kind of what I was thinking. I don't know if I really want to cut into my stand or put little holes, with the little whatchamacallits and all that. But or you know what, Saltwater Aquarium does make a control board thingy, or they have. As a matter of fact, don't they? Yeah, I thought they see that. Specialty items, fish care, cleaning tools, controllers, regulators. I don't know what it would be under. Um, but anyway, yeah, I've done that many of times. Oh, there you go. Which one is the skimmer section? So the skimmer section would be in the right here. As soon as the water comes down, goes through the filter socks, moves right here, skimmer, and then refugium. That's how that's going to go. Because of the length here, this has got holes here, back here, as you can see. This has got a higher little wall before, and I can adjust the water height here. So filter, probably refugium. If I don't do refugium here, what I'm actually thinking about is a frag rack system in here for holding corals down here, and another light coming down from there. That's what I'm thinking. Just depends, ladies and gentlemen. Just depends. Can you maintain the skimmer with the bar there? Yes. You mean the whatchamacallit here? Yes. There's probably like, I don't know, 6 inches or something, 5 inches all the way back, but that's all open. So I can maintain that with not a problem. So I've been really taking my time with this because I think it is very important. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I was pretty pissed about me having to bail out of my beast. I wouldn't have been if I never had what happened to the tank and shit was already grown out. And I was able to give a lot of corals away and shit like that. I wouldn't have been, but the fact that I didn't get to that potential that I wanted it kind of hurt me a little bit, to be quite honest. But wife wanted to move, and honestly, it was the best thing we could have done. You know what I mean? We prime time kicked in, dude. Uh, we made out for selling the house. We got in this house. Luckily, we got in this house. We got in here because it helped knowing a friend that knew the seller. So great property, great everything, but it's one of those things that you lose something to gain a lot more, and it was what's best for the family, not the tank. Here we are again. We'll always have a tank. We're back at it. No, it's not the beast, but it is a tank that I always talk about, 180 gallon. So the 180 gallon is one of those perfect tank sizes that I feel like anybody new coming into the hobby, it is a forever tank for most people. You don't need to go any bigger than that. I think it's the perfect manageable size, manageable period, 180 gallons. That is my true take on anybody coming into this hobby. My minimum starting would be a 120. The more water, the better stability you're going to have. And that's just how I feel. 180 gallon is the perfect size for anybody coming into this hobby. It might not be the beginner, might not want to see the price ticket or tag on 180 gallons or whatever, because that initial upfront cost. But long term, 9 times out of 10 are going to be there. you're going to want to upgrade within the first 2 years. No matter what tank you got, you're going to want to upgrade. With something like this, you're going to stay right where you're at 9 times out of 10. So it's one of those perfect sizes. You got plenty of room, plenty of things to do, and that's what matters. So anyway, what are we missing? That's a minor jump. Right. Question: do you own a par meter? Yes, I do. I have an Epig 500. I don't know where it's at in the move. It's somewhere in a garage or wherever. I think Frost brought it back. He had it. I think he brought it back. Let me see. It might be up here. I don't know. It might be in a closet. Don't know. Yeah, right here. See? I thought it was up here. I thought he brought it. So, Epig par meter. I tell everybody to get one. This is another piece of equipment, though. It's not used a lot. But when it comes to dialing or wanting to see something or why a coral not doing well in the place, if you're at 400, why would you want to move the coral up? If anything, you want the coral down a little bit lower, 300 par, 200 par, see how that's going to go. Because the lower the number ain't going to kill it as fast as high as the number will. So I definitely say invest in a par meter. That's just me. I've always had a par meter. Now, they came out with the Epig 500. I had the Epig 200, the yellow and all that. Epig knows that I'm, whatever. So they took care of this for me and stuff like that. But I'm a big fan of par meters. I'm sorry. I know I don't use it like, a lot, but that's just one of those products that I think you should buy. You should have, Yeah, it's a little expensive, but I mean, you buy 2 corals, you just paid for it nowadays. So it's one of those things. Says, I started with a 220 and still had to upgrade. You didn't have to upgrade. You chose to upgrade because you're addicted now. Naked dog. That's the problem. And the more you are, I mean, that's probably not even your last name, to be quite honest. That's just an addiction, Addictive personality. If you have an addictive personality, you're just screwed. It's never big enough. Great investment. Thank you. That's what I need. Was looking at a 120, looking for a bigger. I'll have a 120, looking for a bigger tank. Definitely looking into getting myself one. There you go, Marcus. How's it going? My club has a 510, or is that what it is? A 510. Epig 510 or 500? 510. That's probably what it is, right? Epig 510. Yeah, whatever it is. That's what it is. Oh, yeah. It's right there on the back. 510. Yep. Epig 510, not 500. Anyway, damn it, I'm screwed. Yes, right. My par meters are awesome to have. They have a USB module that plugs into a laptop to save a few bucks. Yes, they do. I use that one since I don't use it often. Yep, they do have that as well. I got tomorrow's chest. I don't even know if I can, because my stuff is killing me. My chest is killing me. I've beaten them up lately, left and right. Tomorrow's chest day. Chest and tries. Freedom says, I have the USB. Yes. So, yeah, a lot of this This is great. This has been a great evening, guys. I'm actually glad that I actually got on. Great evening. I might have to start doing it on Sundays, winging my way into more of the live streams now that um, things are coming to an end for me, financially wise. Anyway, my stuff's all summer, um, so and then wrestling season. I don't know if I'm coaching or what. Uh, LeBron James, St. Mary, St. V. Um, uh, was trying to get my kids to come there. Um, don't know what I'm doing with that, because that's a drive for me. That's a drive. Obviously, that's like two school districts over. So, um, but yeah, I'm liking this Sunday live stream. It's been a great conversation piece. Let's see. Hey Rico, what's the dimensions on your 180? 6 foot by, I don't remember. Let me see. 6 foot by 24. By 24. So 24, 24, and 6 foot. 24, 24, 6 foot. Planning a Rico, how many square outlets would you recommend on a return manifold? Building one now and thinking of just having two for 150 square outlet. Square outlet. I'm a manifold to have extra. Or is it for a probe or is it for like water? Which one? Oh, square outlets. Square electrical outlets. Is that what we're talking about? Water. For water. When you say square outlets, that's so I'm thinking like electrical. But if you're talking about a manifold for water, for reactors, okay? So if we're talking about that, I would run on 150 gallon, depending on what you ever want to use. So what are your plan on? Spare, not square. Okay. Did he say spare or square? Okay, spare. Spare outlets. No, even that. You say spare outlets, I'm like looking for electrical. But as far as a manifold, are you using, once again, are you going to be running a UV sterilizer? How many reactors do you plan on? Are you plan on running a um, let's say UV, a carbon or carbon reactor, or what kind of reactor? Do you plan on using an algae scrubber or anything? You're going to feed anything. So it's kind of one of those. No matter what, chiller, yeah, exactly, stuff like that. So what I would do is outlets. I would lease, no matter. I would run right 4, and what I would do is I would run 2. If you're using bar fittings on those for those outlets, are you using bar fittings or what are you using? Just even future proof. So if you're using barb fittings, I would run, if you want to run two, I'll run 1/2 inch, 1 3/4, or I would run 2 3/4, 2 1/2 inch barbs, just to give myself a variety of whatever. So I don't have to use a reducer. If something comes with a bigger barb, usually 3/4, something comes with a smaller barb, 1/2 inch. So it's kind of one of those things. I would run 4 personally. I planned on doing that on this, but I decided not to because I don't, or if I was to run an algae scrubber, I would use another pump. If I was to run a UV sterilizer, I'm running a separate pump in the tank, a small pump to feed it, a pump that's rated for whatever else or whatever I need. That's just me. That's what I would do personally. Just saying. So, gay valve or ball valves. For something like that, me personally, once again, don't do what I do. I don't have a problem with ball valves, but if you really want to fine tune something or whatever for the right precision or something, I would use the gate valves. So I would definitely run a gate valve, definitely on those. That's just me, for me giving advice. Don't take the advice. Don't look at me and do exactly what I do, because once again, there's things that I do that I'm very comfortable with doing. Can I make my life a lot more easier? Of course I can. I could put gate valves on that, but I really don't. I don't see the need to do it for myself. I'm very comfortable with that. Dramedy says I use both gate valves and ball valves. Yep. More so if a drain just looks up a hose, yeah, it cracks. It's open, drain X, amount of water to shut it off, and then top the tank back off. Yeah, I'm running separate pump. Yeah, as well. Yeah, you can run, whatever. You can do a bunch of different stuff. So you can run another manifold off a separate pump. There's all things you can do. John Clark, what's up? Cool. Thanks for the suggestion. Hi from Sydney. How's it, George? Can I ask a question? How is you're over at Sydney, Australia, obviously, right? How's it going for you guys over there? Hopefully, you guys are all in well and everything's okay. But obviously, there's some cool people I met from over there that actually were over here a couple years ago, and yeah, I just hope all is good over there. Hopefully, all is good. Use both. Yeah. So sure am. We just got our Freedom Day today. Awesome. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. Excellent to hear that. So, but yeah, what was I saying? What's new? There was some stuff, pipes, hoses. Let's see, bulkheads. I wanted to look at valves. So they do have some. Brandon, hey, what's up? Love that you are streaming. It makes me happy. Just saying. It makes me feel good. I mean, I do. Once again, I appreciate you guys that have been solid. Brandon, you, yeah, solid 9 months as a member of my channel, supporting the channel through the ups and downs, all this stuff. I'll be honest with you. I greatly appreciate you guys for doing that, and shout out to you for just being there. And being supportive of this channel. Obviously, you know, we'll get back to these live streams. I'm not, I'm just one person with a lot on my plate. But wintertime's here, so guess what? We can rock out again like it's nobody's business. So when it comes to these gate valves, ball valves, I can get all this stuff, obviously, at Saltwater Aquarium as well. Ball valves you can get there as well, all this stuff. Now, before I sit here and do all that, I got a 1.5 inch. I could put 1.5 inch True Union as well. Check valves as well. I can do that. I don't know. Here's the thing with check valves. Sometimes I feel like it's just, they're okay, but they do fail. Okay. And that's just how I feel. I feel like they just fail. They, as far as the drain, I'll have to run, one's full, one's partial siphon or whatever. One's a full, one's partial, one's emergency drain. So as far as drains, putting them on the drains, it's just way more to do. As far as gate valves, once again, they come in, whatever. I definitely wouldn't do that. If anything, I would I'm fine with the ball valves, to be quite honest. As far as check valves, I could put those in and run those. So we can, that would be fine as well. I don't have a problem with that. But I really don't see a need. And if I do need to, I can always put that in at a later date, if I need to. And honestly, once again, it's like I don't have the room to really do it, or I'd have to cut out something, or I have to put the ball valves to tune the gate valve behind the tank, which I don't have room behind it because once the tank's in place, I can't get to it. There's a million different reasons why. So it's like they do have it for anybody that wants to set their system up that way. You're able to get all that there. So they do have all that cool stuff there as well. Let's see. What did you wind up doing with the return bulkheads? You find a fitting. The return, I just use Street 90s. Screw into or over the bulkhead. I screwed into them. So that's what I did. I'm hoping it doesn't leak, but I screwed into them. That's the only thing. I thought about getting some kind of putty, but once again, I'm like, I'm funny with the toxins that might, whatever, if water was to whatever, I don't know. But plumber's putty type, seal it. I used thread. Let's see. I don't know where it's at, but right here. I used this stuff on the Street 90. That comes in good. So it is gray. So I used that on the Street 90, screwed them into the bulkheads. So I hope that doesn't leak. I normally don't do that. I normally glue that. I wasn't sure if I should do it that way or just order some new bulkheads, thread it in non-threaded side and glue it. So we'll see on that. I have check valves, but sometimes lipid snails get caught in them. You'll have to maintain them, and that's the thing. I rather not do it. And plumbing tape, yeah, yeah. So yeah, best selling tape. That's what they say. Fast tape, 1/2 inch by 360 or 260. So whatever. Uh, what you were saying about check valves is how I feel about unions. Some are convenient, but they are potentially leak points. That is true. People put them everywhere. I don't get it. Keep it simple. They put it everywhere in case they have to, whatever. I get it, but I try not to put them everywhere because, once again, they are potential leaks. Create a leak. So it's one of those things. Gray works awesome, way thicker than the white. That's why I went with that. I was like, I can't use the typical white stuff. I need something that's thicker, that's going to do what it needs to do. So that's why I chose what I chose when it came to that. Let's see. Put a little aquarium silicone on the threads. I thought about that. I don't have any. I'd have to order some. I'm hoping I don't have to go that route. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll see. Um, like I said, we'll see. One thing you can't get away with, I can't get away with putting my water down my drains anymore because I'm on a septic. Can't do that anymore. So, yeah, that's the sucky part. And B, yes, you can do that too. I like the Pod Hotel, Cocoa Pod Heaven, Reef Easy Feeder. Um, yeah, I need to get a. And there's a lot that I still got to get. It's crazy. So much I still got to get. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm just looking at some of the things and it's just like, okay. If your sump can't handle the volume, Saltwater Aquarium has a check valve that you can take apart to clean. I added one on. Well, I'm going to make sure that this can handle the volume. That's for damn sure because um, I'm going to regulate that. So that's just all to that. I want to make sure that this is going to handle that, and that's just going to be the way the cookie crumbles. So this will never have more than half full. And second off, the thing is, the breaking siphon is based off of your return nozzle. So once the pump goes out, that's going to suck water out your tank. So you need to make sure that you got these adjusted where you're not getting splashing and all that all over the place. But at the same time, you as soon as it goes, it's like seconds where it's already sucking air to break the siphon. So that's what you need to happen. Or um, there's another trick, but I'm gonna have to wait on that where I can drill a hole, but to make sure. So no matter what, it's up to there. And when that water hits the hole, small hole to allow air to come in. So and break the siphon that way. Let's see. Just went and looked at your tank. Super nice. Sorry about Maddie, man. Yeah, I didn't know that. Sorry to hear that. Other check valves of I installed will slowly leak over time when the pump is off. I had some that would do that. Weird clicking every time I killed the return pump. And that's the thing. I mean, it's not that it's definitely a good thing to have. Don't get it twisted. But once again, it's not for everybody. It's not, it's not one of those things that is for everybody. Not to be funny. It is what it is. Um, Rico, always drill a small hole at the lock line to break the siphon. Yeah, that's where I'm at. You drip, all that. So I am looking to also, um, you know what? It's really cool to see this. I mean, I'll be so it's so crazy. No spell extension hose, 20 feet Python. Yeah, I'm gonna need an extension part. My Python. Ruby Reef Rally Pro. Anybody use that? Anybody? Just wonder. I'd like to try. Has anybody used that coral glue gun? Max Spec coral glue gun. Just wonder. I haven't used it. Obviously, I've been down a little bit. Uh, Propagation kit. Do, 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 do. Nope. See, I use it. Sucks. Don't like it. Well, there you go. I'll take that one. Yeah. I'll take I'll take what Phil said on that one then. That's for damn sure. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong. I used it and it sucks. It made a huge mess. See, what's the best way to get rid of bubble algae? Um, Making sure you get it all. Usually without popping it can be a little pain. Siphon hose, uh, and you know, certain fish eat it, crabs eat it. Um, yeah, the bubbles and manually remove them. Yeah, gotta remove them. What is that other thing? My buddy Frost said he liked it. Um, Vibrant. He said Vibrant worked for him. Rabbit fish. My rabbit fish would eat it. My fox face would eat it. But once again, that's like those animals. They do eat it, but at the same time, like it's cool if they can get to it in a place that you can't get to it. But at the same time, I feel like manually removing it is the best way without popping it. I feel personally. If you can get it out, keep a siphon next to it, when you're doing a water change, you make sure you siphon, even if it pops, it's being siphoned right out right then and there. Like there's no room for it to go out into the water column, like as you kill all power heads and all that. Boom. I think that's the best way to get rid of it. Say Vibrant works, but it does take a while. Um, Blue Retail Guard has one of his nice tanks. Uh-huh. Beware Vibrant can kill corals. Just watch your nutrients with Vibrant. Yeah. Once again, people say, "Hey, Rico, have you ever tried it?" Blah 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 blah, and I'm like, no. But at the same time, it's like I didn't have these things to take care of these issues. Like all we had is manual labor. Um, there's products that come out all the time. I'm not saying it's bad, you know, but there is a price you pay for using chemicals. Now, uh, potentially you could kill your tank. For every action, I've always said this, and a lot of you guys know that's been here for a while. For every action, there's a reaction. I call it the ripple effect. There's a movie based on the ripple effect, I guess. But you can't do one thing and thinking that it doesn't have a side effect. Whether it's short term, long term, or not present at that time, but what's the long term effects? These are things that people don't think around because they just want something done now. Um, you didn't get to be an adult overnight. It took you 18 years to legally become an adult, right? And another how many years to legally be able to buy beer. So it took that much time, 21 years, right? Nothing good happens fast overnight. Can you imagine coming out your mother's womb and all of a sudden you're 21, don't even know how to pay a bill, don't know how to go withdraw money, don't even know how to write a check? You'd be surprised how many people, the kid generation nowadays, ain't even going to know how to sign um, their signature, because a lot of them took it out of schools. Now they're slowly bringing it back. I'm just saying, it's one of those things. It drops nutrients hard with your increase, with you increase the dose and frequency. Rico, what was the par in your old 300 dimension? I was 100 on the sand bed. I kept that tank 100 on the sand bed, no matter what. I kept it 100 on the sand bed. You had Ocean Revised and some T5s. I originally had all Ocean Revised before I ever had T5s, but yeah. I kept it 100 on, and the T5s were for supplementing lighting, shadowing. Vibrant isn't a quick fix. You have to dose it weekly. There you go. iReef, what's going on, man? The 300 SPF Rico had was like a self-cleaning oven. It basically cleaned itself. That's pretty accurate there, iReef. It really maintained itself. It was like, see, we got this. It was an ocean within itself that just handled itself. Yeah, so definitely right about that. Parts and accessories. All right. So yeah, I mean, inflow. I haven't thought about any Coral Plus or Blue Plus. Which T5s? I think it was that. I can't remember. Um, Today's school answers you don't need to write. Computer does everything. Oh yeah, for sure. Um, that is 100% right. That tank had low nutrients, but his fish load kept it on track. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Low nutrients. I fed like nobody's business. And phosphates will be back down to zero. Nitrates never read. Um, period. And fed. But you know the fish actually, it was a balance of the fish that kept that tank going as well. Um, and that's another thing. You know, corals were sucking it up. Oh yeah, they were. I promise you all, if that tank didn't come down, I say that tank might have had another year, maybe tops. Um, that tank was going to crash. I was going to have my very first tank crash because everything was just so large and in charge, and everything I was dumping in there was being just sucked up like nobody's business. Um, just being real. And that's why I truly feel how I truly feel that tank would have definitely crashed. That tank was running so fast and so like unbelievable, unbelievable. Like I felt like I had to add for that tank. I would have had to add another 500 gallons just to help slow the tank down as far as how fast it was utilizing everything that was going in it. I mean, the calcium reactor was full blown, bored out, like just dump fast. I mean, I was running through CO2 tank. I was running through 10-pound tanks every 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. 10-pound tanks, gone, smoking them. 10-pound CO2 tanks. I mean, literally drinking. I even upped to 20 pounds and it was doing the same thing. Gone. There was no, I mean, it was horrible. At the end, I'm gonna be honest. At the end, it started to become a real pain in the ass. At the end, uh, corals, yeah, because you were so low on corals, were sucking hard. Yeah, the demand was high for sure. You are on the verge of needing to add a new reactor. Yeah, dude. A second reactor or whatever. I mean, it was just burning. And at the end of the day, yeah, I could have probably upped the reactor, but that would have only bought me some time. The tank was so full and the cores were so big, it was just crazy. Honestly, it was just crazy. So it's just, I mean, it's not that it was a bad thing, it was a great thing. It was honestly a good thing. It was cool to get to that point. Definitely cool to get to that point. For sure. For sure. So I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, that was. I mean, who's tank? I mean, corals like that. Like really, who's tank you get to see? Here like on here like that. You know what I mean? It's like that's a very rare thing. Most people can't get corals to that size or anything. You know, that was in 3 years. That tank rocked and rolled like that in three. Um, and it just got faster and faster. So first class reefing problems, right? Success has its downside. It does. Um, Everything must fall. Everything good must come down too. You know, you can only be on top for so long, and you have to either give it up or start over. Um, and it's not a bad thing. It's really cool. I want to get this to like that, you know. And once it gets to that point, you know, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Um, I'm fine with whatever happens once it gets to that point. I just don't want, you know, it's half the size of the 300. So the corals, you know, what can't they can, but I prefer not to them get that big, but big enough where it's like jam packed. And you know, if I don't have any fish, no regular fish, you know, if I had regular sized fish, they won't be able to swim really much. That's how I want to get this tank to get to. But small cardinals or something, bang eyed cardinals or reef chromuses or something like that, I'm fine with that. But anyway, huge tank, a lot of work, and expensive. It is a hobby, or now became a job. At the end, it became a job. At the end, guys, I was getting rid of corals, packs, and stuff like that. If you guys remember, some of you guys got it. I mean, it was such a headache, even to get corals out shipping. You know, that's such a headache. That was such, and I said I didn't want to do it, but that was all to get the beast going and stuff like that, which was cool because a lot of people helped and contributed, and there were some people that just became a damn headache. And, you know, started to act like I was a damn store, and I wasn't a store. You know, I'm a hobbyist. I would never become a store in that way. You know, I don't mind working for one like saltwateraquarium.com or something like that, but to be my own like that, no. I want to stay in the hobby. I respect the hobby. I love the hobby. I love the hobby so much that I don't want to make it like whatever. But yeah, you know, there's a lot to it, a lot to it. And a lot of people helped out. We had fun, the whole wheel and all that stuff. That was great times. And uh, just boxes of corals were flying out of here. And it was like, I'm cutting, but they're growing back so fucking fast. It was just really unbelievable. Um, Unbelievable. So that's the only thing. That was the only thing. You guys, pH. I'm trying to look at these Senais. See, these are like new to me. I never seen these things. The Senai, a monitor. So slide pack, 3-side ammonia and pH. That's got to be kind of cool right there. It's really got to be really cool. Have you guys used any of these Senais? So we're going to be putting one, I guess, on this tank. Slide pack of it's for pH and ammonia. I like to see how well that is. But anyway, sorry to change the subject. Shit's definitely a lot of work. Yes. Leak detector, slim. Senai leak detector. That's pretty cool. Pond monitor. Okay, that's for I would say for home aquarium. I had one, but used it as a cheap pad meter or cheap par meter. Okay, no, I'm talking about these Senai ammonia and pH monitors. Like I've never seen these. I haven't even heard about them. So they look really cool. So I'm trying to figure that out. Were you running Arms or Reborn? I was running Arms Media on that. Yeah, Arms. Was curious what your tank pH was getting down to with all the CO2 going. So my pH of that tank stayed usually 7.8 pH. to 8 point. Some days it went up to 8.2. It just depends. Use it when you cycle your tank. Did you start plumbing yet? So yes, all the plumbing is actually done. It's all dry fitted. So if you haven't seen, I did a quick 15-minute or whatever live stream. You can look at it, check it out real quick. Live stream and walked everybody kind of through it, real quick. But yeah, it's dry fitted because I want to make sure that that's the way I'm going to keep it. And give people time to look at it and see what some of their thoughts are, what I should do. Like I said, one of the cool ones was from who was it? Why can I remember? Not Brandon. Was it from Freedom Aquatics or I don't remember. But anyway, about lights being in the bottom, that we should do some lighting, which would be nice because that allows me to have lights down there to be able to see if it's not quite lit. I like the idea. I can't remember. Are you going bare bottom or putting sand in? I gotta go. Once again, guys, I think I have to go with the sand. I have to go with the sand. I can't do a tank bare bottom. It's not that I can't. I like the look of sand. It's just way natural to me, and all that. So I have to go that way. So the water going in soon, correct. Water's going in soon, and then once I get all that, I will like to. So we're going to get everything pushed back. I'm going to get everything glued the way I want it, and then we're going to push that back, and we are going to get that in place. I'm going to make sure recheck the floor because I did put a support pole in for the floor for this tank. I did do that, and I will be starting everything else. I got to get my controller. I got to get protein skimmer, that stuff. But we can start adding water soon. So I'm not really worried about it. But before we add water, I'm going to get the sand, aquascape. We're going to come up with an aquascape for this thing. I really want to try out the new Cornerstone Reef Rock. I don't know if you guys heard of that or seen that yet. But that's what we're going to go with. eMarco 400. I'm going to get some of that to gray cement or pink. I don't know. I'm thinking just pink or gray. So we're going to get some of that done. Ocean Direct Sand. Is that what we did? I don't remember. I don't know. We got dry sand. I forget what it is. I forget the name of it. I have to, whatever. What return pump are we going to use? We're not going to use the Abyss. The Abyss is going to be way too damn big, first and foremost, for this tank. Now, unless I had the 100. But what we're going to go with, which I already got, is the Sankra SDC pump, return pump. So it does have Wi-Fi capability as well. I already used one of these. They are nice, quiet as hell. Didn't even know it was running as well. So that's what we got. I got the return pump for that. And once again, reason why, because I feel like CJ doesn't get enough. Like, I feel like people do like CJ, but I feel like CJ doesn't get enough credit where credit's due for what they offer. So that's why I'm going with that. You haven't mentioned power heads. Anything. I have no thoughts on power heads. That's why I have not mentioned anything when it comes to power heads. I'm still thinking about just going with your basic you know, I don't know. Nah, I'm once again, I don't know. It's like I got when it comes to power heads, it's like I feel like I never get exactly what I want from 'em. Like I feel like I get some, but I also feel like, it's one of those things. So I'm thinking like maybe two MP40s. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe uh some tens off the back, 40s on each side, and then the return. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I use them with two MP40s. Singer SDs are pretty nice. I still feel you need something a bit stronger. I use them with, two MP40s. It's like, so I want circulation all the way around. Um, that's another thing. I got to find that perfect flow. I got a Reef Wave 45. Can't wait to use it on 150 gallon. I run J-Will Powerhead. Never had a problem. I've used those too. So I definitely have used those as well. Uh, so, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Baseline rock. I'm trying to. The cornerstone looks pretty cool. Um, it looks like a pretty cool looking rock. I don't know if you guys been on there and looked at it. It's it's really cool looking, to be quite honest. Might have to go with pink though. Um, it's already got like a lot of different colors in it, so we have to. I'm definitely gonna have to try that. J Bulls will run 3 years if you keep them clean. Oh yeah, they J Bulls run longer than that. I think I had J Bulls run out longer than that. To be honest, but yeah. So I have to play around with some of this rock, and there's all different kinds of shapes, sizes, and it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. But I hope it does what it needs to do. That's for damn sure. Did you see the new rocks with magnets? You can move them all around. Octo plus two or fours. Blue Reef. Uh, no, I don't. I haven't. I have not. Have not. I'm trying to look for management. Uh, you talking about reef racks? Oh yeah, if you're talking about reef racks, yeah, removable rock. If that's who you're talking about, yeah, Kyle. Yeah, we're good friends. I am a Vortex fan myself. Can't stand cords in the tank. Yeah, Plus, they are easy to clean. You don't have to drag a cord around. Yeah, correct. I love my MP40s, but hate when they reverse polarity after cleaning sometimes. Yeah, I do too. Check out um, wave makers. So you got gyro pumps, reef octopus, high door ceche. Uh, mm, Nobody likes the waves, obviously. uh, the gyro pumps. It's a banging pump. Pushes water across my 8 foot. Red wave. Um, I like the gyro pumps too. I mean, I really do. They're not bad, to be honest. Um, I do like that. So, I mean, those are good pumps because you get that surface, you get that gyro circulation, back, forth, back. Then you get the pump, then you get, it's, but I don't know. I have to consider one looking for a wave maker now. Wave makers now. What is that? Wave makers. Wave makers for what? I like the Narrows. The fact the J-Bos are so cheap. You know what? The Narrows are a good pump as well. They really, you know what? They really are. Um, Never had a problem with those at all. And they're not a bad pump. Not a bad pump at all. So they're flatter, but you know what? I would like to have use those probably on the back wall because they are so sleek and low going forward. Um, it's not a bad pump. Not a bad pump at all. Not a bad pump. But anyway, yeah, the floors. Where's the Nero's coming out? When's the Nero coming out? Um, they've been out. I don't know. Aquillumination, the Nero 7. Wait a minute. There's another one. A Nero. So they got the Nero 3, the Nero 5. Now you tell me there's a Nero 7. I have to wait on that one. If that's true. Reef Octopus 4 is kind of like the Nero. Let's see. Let me check it out. Well, that's longer than the Nero, though. Before, I mean, yeah, it kind of looks, but I feel like instead of slim, like it's more bulkier, longer. Huh. See, I don't know. I'll probably know this weekend though. Drama D. Like I said, I've been busy. I haven't even, I've been busy. I'm trying to get this done. I'm trying to get everything done, but I'll probably know more this weekend. I'm going to try to eliminate power heads when I plumb the biz. You know what? The problem is it's very important to have the flow in the tank random though. Boom, 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 boom. Like it's the best thing you do is create that random, and I think you'll get corals to grow more, even more natural because they're not just getting pushed one way, so they'll just grow that way or whatever. If you can create randomness, I think you create a very badass bonsai type aquarium outside of pruning and stuff like that. But I really think that you can create a very, very, very unique aquarium. Um, that's just me. 2 feet front to back doesn't seem like a lot of room, but you can do amazing things. And like, you know, most people, back in the day, we came off the back glass, came to the front, and that's just that. But then when you lose stuff or stuff gets dropped down in there, I think that method of aquascaping should no longer exist. That's one thing that I think that should be let go. I think it's more now creating pieces center where you can get around, you can get better circulation around the tank, around the corals, up underneath the corals, just that really random diversity. Now, you go to a coral reef, you got like a dome, but then you talk about water that's open all the way around. You're not, it's just on a big rock and it's growing its own, plates and whatever. So you think about that way, that's water constantly circling all the way around those corals anyway. Um, but I think it looks better. Quite honestly, it grew on me. I'm quite fond of that look. It looks cleaner. I think it's got better health for the corals. All that good stuff. Too strong, one way. Yeah. Back before the Nero 3 came out, talks of a 7 were mentioned quietly. Multi-return outlets with random flow generator. Yeah, I could see that. I can see that. Let's see, what does current USA have? The loop wave. Yeah, not a big fan of that myself. Running the CJ return. Um, you do have um, Voyager Nano and stuff like that, which I do have that. Um, but I like to use that for something else. Um, the A400 should push enough. Let's see. Waymakers are the only thing I need to buy. I was thinking about the Nano String Tunsy, like in a back corner somewhere. I think that would probably be pretty cool too. You know, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but um, I don't know. That's just me. Like I feel like it has a good play, like it'll create some good stuff. But like I said, that's just me. Controller systems. That would be a great pump for behind the rocks. That's what I'm talking about for behind the rocks. I think it would be like a nice hidden piece would be awesome. Um, I'd say that parts and accessories. That's heaters. GHL. Have you guys heard? I mean, I don't know. You don't really hear a lot about Proflex, GHL that much at all. Like, I don't know. Like, it never really, I don't know. It's interesting, but never interesting enough to be like, you know, that's just me when it comes to that. Tunsies are nice. I have one on a frag tank. Awesome pump. Just have to remove cord and all when cleaning. Okay. Yeah. I mean, don't do it. Don't do it. GHL is not for your programming skills. It doesn't make sense. Paying to program. Definitely. I'm too old. I'm too old to learn that new trick. I'm not doing it. I'm just saying. They're there, and it's like, I mean, it's not that I wouldn't do it I try because I can't knock stuff, but at the same time, I don't feel like that would ever be my first pick as a controller of anything. Why? I couldn't even give you an honest answer why. They're hard to get up and running. Once they're up, they are solid for me. The dosers anyway. Okay. Yeah. Even Apex is never. I always had people help me with that. What's up, kid? It says I still like the Tunzi. Yeah, I mean Tunzis are good. Controllers, I'm probably going with another Apex because I know it already. Yeah, and that's the thing. We get real comfortable, and it's like we ain't trying to step out of bounds with that. And that's just being like straight up honest. It's just like nobody wants to, you know, controllers. Apex added all kinds of tasks to do most stuff people like to do. No more manual programming. Really? See? Diffusers, parts, fish care, cleaning supplies, medication, diffusers, parts, supplies. Uh, how about the Trident, Phil? You know what? I haven't. The Trident is nice. My Trident is still at saltwatercrane.com. I like the Trident. Yeah, I have to. I think it's done, or they were waiting on the hose or something. My colorful box, my personalized, all that stuff. Um, but yeah, Trident was honestly. I don't have the Trident. Too expensive reagents. I use the Alcatronic super cheap reagents. See, I like the Trident. Like But I guess, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I thought it worked really, really well. Um, I did like it. I'll be honest. I mean, I can see the downside of reagents, and I can see it, but I really liked it. That's just me, though. I mean, I guess it could be whatever, but like I said, I didn't. I care. I liked it. I don't have the truth, but still, I thought it was worth it personally. That's just me. Don't like the subscription to the reagent. Really, all you need to check on the frequent is out. I said that, but here's what I liked. I liked the fact that it was it was giving you a diagram, or a consistent reading. So ALK is very important. I've said that from the very beginning. ALK, if your ALK's right, everything you can almost bet your bottom dollar. Everything else is just fine. Um, but I like the fact that you can see the pattern, and it's there for you. It's always there. Now you can write it down and jot it down, but I like the graph part. I liked it seeing that graph, and I think that's what really did it for me. Sold me. I like the those combo, but like said above, reagents are used up quicker than expected, and last year's availability cost for the 2 month compared to the 6 month. So I must have missed that. Obviously, last year I was moving and all that stuff went down. So I must have missed what happened on that, honestly. So, all right, that's probably what happened there. Red Sea Pro Test 35 for 75 tests, 46 per test, 46 cents that is per test. How out test $9 for 25 tests, 36 cents per test. Aqua Force magnesium test 18, 30 cents per test. Yeah, um, Mastronic, I think that's true, but the Architronic only tests out, and the reagent will last you a full year for 39 bucks. Just my preference, nothing wrong with Trident. Blue Reef says rocks I'm talking about are on Instagram called Reefscape Design. Need to hear your opinion on Instagram. Hmm. Exactly. Like I said, just so my Trident couldn't couldn't be happier to see it go. All right, then. All right. Yee. All right. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Um, I ain't mad at you. Um, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I agree. I don't need to test the frequent for other elements. No, you don't. Like I said, my personal thing was for me was the what did it for me was just the fact that I liked the uh, graph. That's what I really liked. Um, That's pretty much it for me. I mean, I like the graph. I didn't like um, changing out reagents as much. Uh, well, the cool thing would have been is not making it test so much. I think if they would have done that to be able to, you could control it once a week. I think it would have been a lot more feasible for people. Me personally, and maybe that might have justified also the reagent costs, you know, as well. No, I think some people did have some problems for whatever reason, but for me, I'm gonna be 110% honest. I thought I was gonna not like it, to be honest. And I tested it up against Hannah Checker and stuff like that to see accuracy, and mine was pretty spot on. So it is what it is. Yes, exactly. You'd be all in. I mean, that's what I think. A lot of people, it would be like that for a lot of people, to be honest. So accessories. Uh, 99 for 6 months reagent. After you open the first spot, you're like gonna have to order some more reagents so I don't run out. Be nice. It would be nice if you could get gallon jugs of reagent and just refill. That would be nice too. What's up? What's up? What's up? What up, Big Bo? What up? Yeah, it bothers me too that they want you to drain your reagent. Yeah, I don't. I said, I mean, the cool thing is there's multiple things out there for people, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. Calcium was all over the board. Support was lacking. After a year of, we are working on the issue. Responses. I moved on. Yeah, we need some hacker to crack the code of DIY reagents. Terrence should give up the source sauce now that he's gone. Yeah. I mean, I think about like the reagent got to be the same. The powder form, the reagent for like the Hannah's. I feel like if you can make it in a powder form and make it in a liquid form, it can't be that hard. Can't be. So the Trident Alk was always solid. See, I don't know. Board and cabinets. See, that's what I needed. Cabinets. Board and cabinets. That's what I'm looking for. Because I want to put this back, but I also want to have all the wires coming onto one side or something. Um, slide out, slide out, control panel. That'd be nice. Anyway, so it was expensive and customer service was lacking. Aquatronic concentration reagent was over $100 until hackers found a way to do it with Amazon acid for $39. The Alcatronic brand reagent is $39. Oh, wow. All righty then. All right, all right, all right. Sounds kind of crazy. Right. Reefaholic. Dang. That's where I'm at. Dang. Really though. Price was never an issue. Not being able to trust the numbers was the problem. I couldn't imagine dosing automatically based on the results. See, that reason right there is why I run with a calcium reactor too. Because the calcium reactor, not to be funny, it is what it is. And it's such a slow process versus raising up or going down. Just say. Says I had no choice but to drop them. All right. Well, we can take that to the bank. Anyway, I needed to make some KH Guardian reagent. Adaptive reef toggle. What is that? 6-way 8-pack switch toggle box. What? I'm just sitting here looking at this. And what is this? What does this do? On, off, what? Was always over 100 parts per million off. Producer Reed, what's up? Mean key, they stay closed until again the primary use of the toggle switches to turn something on and off. I like that. I like the toggle switch. Ask Jim, maybe he has a hack. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to run a control board. Maybe put it on the wall down there on the side of the cabinet and do something like that. Just say. Rico, you should check out Adaptive Reef Controller Board. That's what I'm looking on right now. That's what I'm looking at. That'd be it. Would find fit in between the supports of your stand, control mount, wire management. Yeah, that's what I was looking at, but I would run it outside the tank, outside that board. I'd actually run it on a wall and have everything coming out up on the, backside on the wall. That's just me. That's what I would have. Oressi has a nice slide out control board. Yeah, I did look at that as well. Yep, I sure did. I sure did look at it. Also make a cabinet that are really nice. Fits a bunch of shit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off here, guys. I can't believe I've actually been on for 4 hours. Down there, half my 8 hour live stream. Time flies. But yeah, I'll leave this on. I mean, whatever. I don't know. That's a long live stream to be left up. But anyway, um, huh. Don't forget to show some love over on the uh, earlier's video. If you guys come across something that I missed as far as plumbing, leave a comment over there if you want, like to. If not, you know what it is. Anyway, it says the hobby came so far with all these test kits. I feel like I have a testing station, like a lab. I just want to live long enough to see one pro test for everything. That would be fire. Yeah. So, but all right, guys and girls, thank you all. Thank you for anybody that super chatted. Thank you for my members on the channel or being a member. Thank you for the love and support, all that. But yeah, I should catch up with you guys soon, very soon. So just saying, keep doing what you do, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.